Welcome back to the Bills Bunker, everybody. It is Thursday night football, and today we've got a matchup, an NFC West Divisional clash between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Right here, you'll see our handy scoreboard that will be changing throughout the game. Everything back here on my end. I want to know in the comment section below, what is your score prediction? I want to hear an active comment section throughout this show. I'm going to be providing the best play-by-play commentary that I can. Obviously, you have two teams that are fighting for division supremacy here. San Francisco 49ers, it's like they have a bit of a Super Bowl hangover after going to the Super Bowl last season, falling just short to the Kansas City Chiefs. They now have a 2-3 record, while the Seattle Seahawks, they've gotten off to a hot start, but they're coming off of a loss to the New York Giants, trying to redeem themselves. And in this game, we're going to see Seattle wearing their retro blue, beautiful throwback jerseys, while the San Francisco 49ers have their white jerseys. You're not going to want to miss this play-by-play reaction live throughout. Let's get to the comments section. Spears Sports Bills Talk. I can count on you to always be here. Shout out to you. Yay, my favorite Buffalo Bills YouTuber. Well, thank you so much. And we're going to be breaking this down. Live play-by-play reaction on the other side of this intro video. See you in a minute.
Go Bills.
Look at this. Look at this crowd. Look at that.
Yes, it makes us wanna shout. Shout!
1, 2, 3, 4 years in a row. AFC East champion in our division. Let's go.
This guy's shirtless. He's walking in.
Let's go.
That's a nice show for you. Look at it. Beautiful. Honestly, one of the best things I've seen all night. Those fireworks right there.
Here we go. Thursday night football is just about to kick off. We are 4 minutes away. I want to hear your score predictions for this game in the comments below. San Francisco 49ers, they're coming in after a loss against the Arizona Cardinals, who's another one of those NFC West teams. Cardinals, very streaky team. You know, they almost beat the Buffalo Bills in week 1. They get throttled by the Washington Commanders in week 4, and then they go ahead and beat San Francisco in week 5. On the other hand, Seattle started off 3-0, and since then, they fell 2 games in a row. So at Lumen Field, Seattle's going to be trying to get back in the win column, and over the last 5 games, so the last 5 games between these two teams, the San Francisco 49ers have been dominant. They've won 5 straight games between these two division rivals, and now Seattle, this is their opportunity to get back at the 49ers in a big-time way. These divisional matchups, they always count for more than an out-of-division or an out-of-conference game. This is a type of game that's going to be worth 2 games at the end of the season. So right here, a big game early on in the season. Josh Allen is goated, says 49ers 27, Seattle 33. So he's got the Seattle Seahawks, the underdogs, winning in this game. And that's a real possibility. I've talked to quite a few people about this game today. Most people are on San Francisco, but there are a lot of people who have faith in the Seattle Seahawks after their early start to the season. Geno Smith has been a really efficient passer early on in this season. And now going up against the San Francisco 49ers team who's loaded, we're going to see what this Seahawks team is really made of. We're going to find out right here tonight, Thursday night football. It's going to be a dandy, a great one on tap right here. So it's exciting. Exciting game just ahead between these two teams. Like I said, 5 straight games the San Francisco 49ers have won against Seattle. So this is a big opportunity for the Seahawks to get in the win column early on, get some momentum. You got to, get that monkey off the back, because the San Francisco 49ers, they've had their number for quite some time now. And with that being said, if you can't get by a division opponent, you're going to have a tough time winning that division. That's why San Francisco, they've been dominant in the division, gone to the Super Bowl a couple times over the last few years. So Seattle, they have high hopes, high aspirations, and this is a big game, a big prove-it game, a real measuring stick opportunity for Seattle early on. Spears Bills Sports Talk says 49ers 28 to Seahawks 10. So he's got this one not being close, and I'm hoping for a bit of a closer game today. The last few games that we've done this live stream for haven't really been close. We did the Tennessee Titans versus Miami Dolphins a couple weeks ago, and then we did the Chiefs against the Saints on Monday night. But here we go. It's going to be Seattle, San Francisco. Should be a closer game. If you were to look at the betting markets, the spread, it's right around 3.5, 4 points. So San Francisco is favored to win this game by just about 3 or 4 points, less than a touchdown. And anytime you have that division rivalry, it's going to be a tight game. At least it's expected to be a tight game at Lumen Field, which is a place that I will be going just a few weeks from now for when our Buffalo Bills take on the Seattle Seahawks. So I'm excited to watch this game. There it is right there on the screen. Lumen Field, beautiful, beautiful stadium. The 12th man is going to be loud. It's going to be proud. It's going to be rowdy. And I am ready to get a little scouting report on the Seattle Seahawks in this game. A lot to watch out for. We also will see the Buffalo Bills take on the San Francisco 49ers December 1st. And Spears Sports Bills Talk with the super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I mean, it means a lot. It means a lot to get that. Thank you so much. Philip Castro III. 49ers 24, Seattle 27. Adding Go Bills. You know what? You're always going to get a Go Bills back from me. 27-24 Seattle. That's a close game. And we're about ready for kickoff. The NFC West, looking at the standings, Seattle 3-2, Arizona 2-3, San Francisco 2-3, the Rams just 1-4 on the season. A win here for San Francisco would put them in first, and a win here for Seattle would continue to build on what they have in an early season division lead. So this is a big game, both sides early on for the standings. It's a little early to look at the standings, but when you have these divisional games, like I said, they mean so much. At the end of the year, this could be a game that ends up deciding who wins the division. So Seattle is set to receive the first kickoff, and it is off. This game is underway. It's a bounce, and it's going to be taken in for the... Okay, so this one's taken out to the 36-yard line, and that will bring on Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks offense, who's looking to get off to a hot early start in this game. Geno Smith, 72% completion percentage on the year, 5 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, so not too many touchdowns through the air, but he does lead the NFL in passing yardage with over 1,400 yards on the season. He's been really efficient, and he's not getting the credit that he deserves. Here we go. Going up against a tough San Francisco defense. Let's see what this Seahawks offense can do. 1st and 10. They're going straight to Kenneth Walker with a handoff for a gain of 3. Gain of 3 on the first play of the game. And just so you know, if you've watched these live streams with me before, that scoreboard there, I've got another little addition throughout the game. So whenever there's a score, you'll see something different on the screen. So stay tuned for that. And if you haven't yet, click subscribe, click like. Here we go. It's 2nd and 7 coming up for Seattle. The Seahawks, 2nd and 7 early on in the first quarter. Their opening drive, what will they do? It's another handoff to Kenneth Walker III. He's met at the line of scrimmage, gets forward for maybe a gain of 1 or 2. It's going to be 3rd and medium yardage here. So the San Francisco 49ers looking to get off the field with an early 3-and-out. Can they make that happen? We're about to find out. 3rd and 6 coming up for Seattle. And Harinder in the comment section says 21-17 for the Niners. He's got another close game, close prediction here. Here it is. In the pistol formation, you have Geno Smith. Smith is under pressure. The pocket's collapsing, but he finds DK Metcalf, and Metcalf, he gets forward for quite the gain, flipping field position into San Francisco 49ers territory, just like that. Geno Smith staying poised in the pocket, and that's great. That's great. You're going to see Nick Bosa coming in off the edge. He just dominated the right tackle there, but Geno Smith staying poised like he does so often, finds DK Metcalf, and Metcalf does the rest, taking it all the way down to San Francisco's 30-yard line. So now Seattle's already in field goal range early. A fresh set of downs on 1st and 10. It's going to be a handoff to Charbonnet on the draw, and it's a gain of 4. Gain of 4 for Charbonnet. So nice start for the Seattle Seahawks offensively. They got to capitalize and put up points anytime that they can do it, though. San Francisco 49ers, they can put up points often, and Seattle, they've got an opportunity to get some early. You have a tight end in motion, and it's a handoff to Kenneth Walker III. Bosa had him behind the line of scrimmage. He got through Nick Bosa, broke that tackle, but he was met by about 5 other San Francisco 49ers at the line of scrimmage. Not great work from the offensive line early. Seattle's offense is lucky that Geno Smith stayed poised there, found that receiver, because really this Niners defense, they've been ferocious early on here. The offensive line is just not holding up. Now, if you haven't yet, click like, share this video, tell a friend to tell a friend. We got 3rd and 5 coming up. Geno Smith, he's looking, and he throws an interception. That's his 5th of the season. So now, 5 touchdown passes to 5 interceptions. Geno Smith with an ill-advised pass on his 2nd attempt of the game, and that's a crucial mistake that could come back to haunt this Seattle Seahawks team later on in this game. I don't know where he was looking, but that went way over Tyler Lockett's head, right into the safety's hand, right into double coverage. And now they missed their opportunity in that field goal range. Don't get 3 points, don't get anything, and the San Francisco 49ers are going to take over. They're going to have an opportunity to get the game's first points here on the road in Seattle. That's just, I don't like that play there. I don't like that play there at all. Looking over the middle, you have that, it's like 3rd and 5 there, and you go over the top a little far, right into the safety's hands. Poor read by Geno Smith, but he's been pretty efficient all season long. So they'll give him a break here, but that's against the San Francisco 49ers team. That's not something you want to see early on. Alex in the chat says, let's go defense, let's go. Guess he's cheering for the San Francisco 49ers, the Bang Bang Niner gang. Not Bang Bang Niner gang. So San Francisco's offense going to come out in just a minute here after commercial break. And this is an offensive unit who has quite the collection of offensive weapons. I've got one of them in my fantasy lineup tonight, and that is George Kittle. So I'm hoping for George Kittle to have himself a night. Seattle hasn't had the best coverage against tight ends early on this season. Over the last 4 games, George Kittle has 3 touchdowns. So I'm hoping that trend continues. I don't care who wins the game, but I want George Kittle to have himself a good night. Get me those fantasy points. Does anyone have any of these guys in fantasy? I'd love to know. Here we go. Coming up. This is going to be an entertaining game. I already know that this can be one of those games that goes down to the wire. These two teams, they play great games against each other. But if it's going to go down to the wire, Seattle can't be making mistakes like that. Just awful, awful stuff early on. They were moving the ball, but really they moved the ball on one play. Geno Smith had one play that moved the chains. And outside of that, they were getting their offensive line was getting beat consistently. And another super sticker from Spears Bills Sports Talk. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We're back. We're back. 1st and 10 for San Francisco. San Francisco is all the way back inside their 5. They run the ball, and that's something that's going to give Bills fans a little bad memory there because they didn't run the ball in that situation. Okay. Now we've got 2nd and long coming up for, see that they're showing the replay of that interception thrown by Geno Smith, and that's all Nick Bosa. That right tackle for Seattle is just getting beat consistently. Nick Bosa, he's going to make his life a living hell tonight. 2nd and 9, you have the guard pulling, and that's good blocking. Brock Purdy on the run. He gets a gain of about 6. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up for the 49ers, who are pinned back deep inside their own territory. And if they can put up points on this drive, that would be huge for the momentum of this game shifting before we really even get started here. Starting back early in their own 5-yard line. If they can get points here, that's crazy. 3rd and 2 coming up for the 49ers. The 12th man is loud in Seattle. Brock Purdy. He's under pressure, but he's doing his best Josh Allen impression. He's running. He gets the first down, moving the chains for the 49ers. No problem for Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. The former last pick overall in the NFL draft. Moving in the pocket, scrambling. And that's a great improvisation there. Pulling it out for the first down. Avoiding the tackles from some big boys. A little flip to the referee. He knows. He knows he's good. Brock Purdy with a handoff to Mason, who bulls forward through some tackles there. So maybe the Seahawks need to work on their form tackling there. Gain of 4 for the 49ers. And Jordan Mason, he's running angry in this game early on. His first carry, he could have been stopped behind the line of scrimmage there, but no, he says, I'm going to go. I'm going to go through that Seahawks defender. He would not be denied there. 2nd and 6 for the 49ers. 2nd and 6, 8:50 to go in the first quarter. On the 49ers opening drive of the game, their first offensive possession, you have Deebo Samuel in motion. Deebo Samuel, expect to see him get some carries. He won't go down now. So Deebo Samuel, he's trying to push through the defenders. He gets right around the line to gain for the first down, but it's going to bring up 3rd and short for the 49ers. And another one from Spears Sports Bills Talk. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. You're always here in the comments. I appreciate you a lot. You're always here. Every stream I do, I can count on you to be here. 3rd and 1 coming up for the 49ers. 3rd and 1. And you have a play action pass coming up from Purdy. He finds Samuel. Samuel bobbles it, but he comes down with it. He's wrestled down to the ground. But first, he gets a first down for the San Francisco 49ers. And Deebo Samuel walking off after getting wrestled down in a tough way by that Seahawks defense. But that's a great play from Brock Purdy on the play action. It looked like Deebo Samuel wasn't going to come down with it. I'll do my best Deebo Samuel impression on that play. It goes off of his hand, and yeah, he just came up with it barely, but he gets the first down. Good stuff. I got the ball handy today. Okay, and now it's a toss to Jordan Mason. Mason finds a lane. He's rumbling. He can't be taken down. Jordan Mason, He's doing his best Marshawn Lynch impression in Seattle. Look at them go. Wow. Wow. What a run by Jordan Mason. Wow. And he's wearing 24, just like Beast Mode Marshawn Lynch did for so many years in Seattle. So it's a toss play, and you're going to see Trent Williams and the guard beside him. So you're going to see them pull over to the left, create that lane, and then Mason, he avoids the tackle from the safety, moves over to his right, avoids the tackle from Witherspoon, gets taken down by the linebacker finally after a big gain. And now the 49ers, are inside of Seattle's 30-yard line. It's a handoff to Deebo Samuel this time, who gets a gain of 4 or 5. So, wow. San Francisco, they're just going to continuously run the ball down the Seahawks' throat in this game until the Seahawks prove that they can stop it. George Kittle on that block. That was a grown man block from George Kittle. If you don't like that, you don't like football, because George Kittle, that was impressive. Impressive stuff. Doesn't matter what team you're a fan of. That's crazy. 2nd and 5 coming up. George Kittle is such a great run blocker. So he is a very versatile tight end, one of the game's top tight ends. And now it's another 2nd and 5 for the 49ers. Purdy moving, improvising. This time he finds Jawan Jennings for the first down. First down, this time inside the red zone for the San Francisco 49ers offense on their opening drive. Brock Purdy, that's impressive stuff. His footwork, really impressive. AKA Ashton, how's it going? It's going great. We got a great game in store here today. Welcome back. Good to see you again. It's going to be a good game. 1st and goal. It's a handoff to Jordan Mason, and Mason gets forward for a gain of about 4. So now, if you haven't yet, click that like button. And if you're new here, click subscribe. It helps out the channel a big time way. Trying to grow this thing, get this channel. Let's try to get to 7K as soon as possible. I've been grinding, working nonstop, bringing the best content that I possibly can to you. Just got back from Houston, and we see Seattle on the screen right now. I'm going to be going there in a few weeks to see the Seahawks and Bills play. 2nd and goal for San Francisco. Jordan Mason in motion. He's lined up as a receiver on the outside now. Brock Purdy under pressure. He looks Jordan Mason's way, and it falls incomplete as the pressure was brought on by Baker. So we've got an early stalemate between these two teams, and San Francisco is trying to break it. 11 plays, 90 yards, over 7 minutes eaten up by San Francisco's offense on this opening drive. It's bringing up a 3rd and goal. The 12th man is getting loud. It's proud. It's rowdy. And right now, you have Juszczyk going out to the left. I could provide a mismatch here. Brock Purdy, he's going to pass. Brock Purdy looking Deebo Samuel's way. Samuel, it falls incomplete. Incompletion. Samuel's unable to bring that pass in, and it will likely force the 49ers to go for a field goal, unless, of course, they want to go for it. We'll see. We shall see. And this is a type of game where division rivalry, you might just want to take the points. That's what it looks like they're going to do. They're sending Matthew Wright on for the kick attempt, and he was signed to the active roster on Tuesday, so this is a big opportunity for him in his 49ers debut, wearing 35 as a kicker. So weird. Wright puts it through. Doesn't look like he has a very powerful leg, but I said that I have a new imagery for you for this game, and look at that. Field goal. Yes, it's a field goal for the San Francisco 49ers, and now this provides me more opportunity, more time to update the scoreboard so it doesn't just show the wrong score. So 3-0 for the San Francisco 49ers after they moved down the field from all the way back inside of their own 5-yard line. That's an impressive drive, and the Seattle Seahawks, they bent on that drive, that's for sure. But give credit where credit's due. They did not break, and now they have an opportunity to go down and score the game's first touchdown. If you're the Seahawks, you continue to look DK Metcalf's way because he found his way open early on. Maybe try to do some play actions, confuse the defense a little bit, because that defensive line, that rushing it, that like up front, that defense for San Francisco was ferocious on that opening. A field goal for the 49ers. They settle for the 3 points. Obviously, they don't want to, but they'll take what they can get early on in a game that's expected to be a close division rivalry game. So you'll take it if you're the San Francisco 49ers. The Bang Bang Niner gang of 3-0. Right there. There's the scoreboard. Wait, you like that? You like that? So I got the field goal. I've got a touchdown image. And now I've got the scoreboard updated. 3-0 San Francisco early on. The San Francisco 49ers, that was an impressive drive. So they were effective running the football all drive on that one to start this game, just rushing the football consistently, running it down the throat of the Seahawks. Didn't have much of an answer for it. It was really just up until they got into the red zone where there wasn't much room for the offense to operate. That's when the Seahawks came up with that big stop. But before that, it was all 49ers all the way down until they got inside of the 10-yard line, really. They're showing T.O., Terrell Owens, on the screen right now. And I got to give a shout-out to T.O. He liked one of my posts on Instagram earlier this week, and it's pretty cool to see one of the greats, the all-time great wide receivers of the game, recognizing my work. T.O., Andre Reed, those are a couple guys who liked my post earlier this week. A couple of legends. Both played for the Bills, by the way. Here we go. That kickoff is taken in the end zone. A little miscue between the two returners, and now the Seahawks are taken down inside of their own 10-yard line. Really, really poor special teams start there. And that gives the 49ers defense an opportunity to come up with a big stop and flip that field position early on. This is a big opportunity for the 49ers and a really bad situation to be put in for Seattle. Starting at their own 15-yard line. Their own 10-yard line, that is. Geno Smith under center. He's going to hand it off to Kenneth Walker, and there it is again. This time it's a safety coming in and making a tackle for a loss. No gain on the play for Kenneth Walker. And this 49ers defense just continuously coming up with stops early on in this game. We're going to do a whole hurry-up offense led by Geno Smith. It's another handoff to Kenneth Walker. And this time he gets a good gain, but he's going to be stopped short of the line to gain, bringing up 3rd down and short. 3:20 to go in the first quarter. And 3rd down coming up for Seattle. It's a big one. San Francisco just drove all the way down the field on their opening drive. Now it's up to Seattle. We'll see if they can replicate it. 3rd down and 2 here coming up. San Francisco, they're probably going to bring the heat on this one. Oh, yeah, it looks like they're bringing the heat. That's for sure. Smith Njigba in motion. Geno Smith looking the way of his tight end, and he finds a man for a 1st down. That is Noah Fant for the Seahawks 1st down. So nice moving the ball on that 3rd and 2. Geno Smith finds his open man. It was Warner on the coverage, and he was just unable to come up with the defensive stop there. So nice read from Geno Smith on that one. First and 10, once again, this time from the 25-yard line. Geno Smith. It's going to be play action. Geno Smith looking deep for Metcalf, but nowhere near him. That one fell short by about 4 to 5 yards as Metcalf, really the closest person there was a San Francisco 49ers defender. Ill-advised pass from Geno Smith. You got to pass that on the other side where only DK Metcalf can get it, but he did the exact opposite thing on that one. Bringing up 2nd and 10, the Seahawks got to avoid falling behind schedule on these early downs. They got to get at least 4 yards to gain every time they have first down because it brings up an opportunity for the 49ers defense to come up with a big stop like they just did once again, forcing an incompletion, and now it's 3rd down and 10. You can't become predictable against this 49ers defense or they're going to make you pay for it. They know, okay, in this situation, you got to pass the ball. So, DK Metcalf unable to come up with that catch. 3rd and 10. Seahawks have an early opportunity to get another conversion here before this quarter expires. 1:59 to go in the first quarter. Play clock ticking down 4 seconds. Geno Smith, he's under pressure once again. This time, ill-advised pass attempted for DK Metcalf into double coverage. It was a swarm of San Francisco 49ers defenders. Nick Bosa with the pressure on Geno Smith, getting in his face. And the Seahawks are going to be forced to punt early on. So, really, what I'm seeing right now is this right tackle. He just is that's a mismatch going up against Nick Bosa. Then you have Collins on the inside. The 49ers defensive line is a big problem for San Francisco. They're going to need to find a way to shut that down. Maybe keep a running back there, keep a tight end back. Extra blocking to protect Geno Smith. Now it's a punt that's taken in at the 15-yard line, and the returner just stumbles to the ground, unable to come up with a good return there. And there's the view of Seattle, the harbor. Looks beautiful, and I can't wait to go there. 2 weeks from now, I will be in Seattle to see the Buffalo Bills taking on the Seattle Seahawks. It's going to be a good game. As of right now, both of those teams are 3-2. I'm so excited to go back out to the West Coast. They say that the West Coast is the best coast. It's pretty beautiful, pretty scenic. I've also been to San Francisco. But, you know, San Francisco, Los Angeles, now going up north to the northwest to Seattle. It's going to be beautiful scenery. Probably rain. I would assume it's going to rain. It rains a lot out there. Hopefully it doesn't, though. I just got back from Houston, so really everything's cold right now. It was really hot in Houston. Everything's bigger in Texas, and that temperature, the number of that temperature was bigger in Texas too. So Seattle is going to be chilly, but Bills fans, nothing we can't handle. Seattle Seahawks, their offense, unable to move the ball here. And that San Francisco 49ers defensive line is causing havoc, getting into the backfield, stopping the run, and really just getting in the face of Geno Smith early on, forcing him to get rid of the ball quickly. Nick Bosa is a problem. The interior of the defensive line is a problem. The right tackle has no answer for Nick Bosa in this game. So we'll see if they can adjust on the fly. I think they got to keep some sort of running back or tight end, extra blocker in there. They don't have a George Kittle to – they don't have a George Kittle to come in there and make some blocks as an extra offensive lineman, essentially, from the tight end position. Nancy says, Arizona beats temperature in Texas. Go San Francisco. Well, I've never been to Arizona, but I'd like to go there. Met a lot of people from Arizona during the season opener against the Arizona Cardinals. Did a lot of interviews with Cardinals fans. But I bet Arizona's hot. You got the desert down there. I'd like to get there sometime. Whenever the Bills are there, I'm going to try to make my way down for a game. But Texas, Up here in Buffalo, the Buffalo area, it's a lot colder, significantly colder than it is in Texas. It's a lot to adjust to that heat. 1st and 10 for San Francisco on their second drive of the game. Brock Purdy stands in, finds Jordan Mason, and this is the game plan. Find Jordan Mason, find Deebo Samuel, find these versatile threats out of the backfield, and make the front seven for the Seattle Seahawks come up and make a stop. So far, they haven't done a great job of it. If you haven't yet, click that like button, help the stream, share this video, tell a friend to join in. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Here we go. 2nd and 1. You have Juszczyk in motion. It's a handoff to Jordan Mason. And this time he's wrestled down in the backfield by the Seahawks. Great play by Seattle, forcing the 49ers to have a 3rd down here. We'll see if the San Francisco offense can make a conversion and stay on the field. It's 3rd and 2. There's so many options. There's so many different things that they can do. It's hard to game plan for this 49ers offense. Brock Purdy can run the ball. You can hand it off to Mason Samuel, and you can go to George Kittle. Haven't even mentioned Brandon Ayuk once yet this game. There it is, Brock Purdy. He was looking for George Kittle, but it's incomplete. Love on the coverage, swatting the ball down, and the Seahawks get a big stop on that second drive of the game. That first drive of the game, they were getting manhandled by the 49ers offense, but this time they come up with a big stop early. Solid defensive coverage by Love, and you had Jones getting the pressure, getting in Brock Purdy's face, making him move up in the pocket. Now it's a punt on 4th and 2. And there's a flag. Flag is down. It's probably going to be against San Francisco. False start on the offense, moving them back. I think that's our first flag of the game. So false start on the offense. First flag of the game comes with 19 seconds left in the first quarter. So the referee's keeping their laundry in the pocket. That's something you like to see. Let these players play. But we're going to see how long that actually stays to be true. Here we go. 4th and 7. The punt is away. And it is going to be taken in right around the 28-yard line by the returner. It's a fair catch. And that brings us to 12 seconds left in the first quarter. So we'll get to some questions. Harinder says, who's coming out of the NFC this year? Feel like it's pretty wide open. Vikings, maybe? You know what? The Vikings have really impressed. And it's like Kevin O'Connell is a quarterback whisperer. Head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, Kevin O'Connell, he's done some solid things with a lot of quarterbacks that nobody believed in. Look at first of all, Kirk Cousins, obviously, he went down with injury, but he was having an MVP-like season to start the campaign last year. And then you had Josh Dobbs come in. He helped play good with them. Sam Darnold, we'll get back to that in a second. It's 1st and 10 with 12 seconds to go in the first quarter. Seattle Seahawks. It's going to be a handoff to Kenneth Walker III, and once again, not much going. That's going to take us to the end of the first quarter, and that provides me an opportunity to get back to that question from Harinder, who says, who's coming out of the NFC this year? Feel like it's pretty wide open. Vikings, maybe. And I got a lot of respect for what the Vikings have done early on in the season. The Vikings, really, really impressive, and they're finding ways to win games. To beat the Houston Texans. They beat the Green Bay Packers. They're beating good teams. The San Francisco 49ers. Nobody expected this. A lot of people were expecting the Vikings to be one of the worst teams in the league. There was a lot of distractions surrounding the Vikings entering the new season, but they got Jay Jettas and a sick wide receiver. And Sam Darnold, he right now is playing like an MVP candidate. Never thought we'd hear that, but Sam Darnold, if you really look at his career, what kind of opportunities has he been presented with? not great ones. He's the same age as Josh Allen from the same draft class. He was drafted ahead of Josh Allen, actually. Actually, he was picked right after Josh Allen. But if you look at that, Sam Darnold now goes to a great quarterback coach, an offensive-minded coach in Kevin O'Connell, and that can really help go a long way. The Vikings, you can't count them out, that's for sure. But looking at the NFC, I think the popular answer is the San Francisco 49ers, the Detroit Lions. Some people will say Philly, but I'm not so sold on them. For me, it's actually in that NFC North division. I like the Green Bay Packers as long as Jordan Love can stay healthy. We saw the Green Bay Packers go up against Minnesota in Jordan Love's first week back, and they put it was a bit of a battle. The Vikings came out with a win, but the Cheeseheads, look at what they did last year in the playoffs, their first real year under Jordan Love. I'm what is love? I'm all about the Green Bay Packers. I think that they're going to go far this year, and they would be my pick from the NFC to represent that conference in the Super Bowl. Just because if you look at what they did, with Malik Willis, they haven't managed to win games. So give me the Green Bay Packers. It's early, but that's the team that I see going from the NFC, just based off of what they were able to do without Jordan Love. And he's not even fully healthy yet. He's good enough to play, but we know that he has a higher ceiling than what he's shown early on in the season, being plagued by injuries. We're set to return for the second quarter in just a second. I'd like to know your thoughts, though. I think you like the Vikings, and I can respect that. The Vikings have been really impressive. Here we go. Second quarter just about to be underway. We're still waiting on our first touchdown in this game. It's 2nd and 8 for Seattle from their own 31-yard line. It's Smith with the handoff to Kenneth Walker, who finds him. He goes out to the outside, and he gets a good gain of about 4 yards. So it's going to be 3rd down coming up for the Seahawks. That main lane that he tried going down was clogged, so he shifted out to the outside. Brings up 3rd and 3 for this offense. You got to find a way to convert on as many first downs as they can. Just averaging 3 yards per rush early on in this game. I've mentioned it so many times, that San Francisco 49ers defensive line, they have been ferocious early on in this game. They're going to try to bring the pressure here. Geno Smith. It's going to be a screen pass to Kenneth Walker, but it's going nowhere. Fred Warner, the league's best linebacker, coming up with a tackle. And it's going to be 4th down. Fred Warner is a dominant linebacker. He's a presence from the middle linebacker position. Able to read so many plays. No fooling him on that screen pass. A lot of people looked like they were fooled, but Fred Warner, you can count on him to be right there and come up with a great tackle. Now the Seahawks punted it away on 4th and 2. This one is going to bounce out of bounds right around the 25-yard line in San Francisco territory. So now the 49ers coming on, taking over inside of their own territory. All right. We got ourselves a low-scoring game early on here. So, really, what you're seeing from the San Francisco 49ers offense is rushing the football a lot, getting different people involved, but nothing from Brandon Ayuk yet. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to get him involved here. It's been a heavy diet of Deebo Samuel and Jordan Mason early on in this game. Jordan Mason's looked pretty stout. It's play action for Purdy. And look who he finds. Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel's going down the field. No one's going to catch him. Deebo Samuel, touchdown, San Francisco 49ers. What a play. Drawing it up. Perfect execution. There it is. Touchdown, San Francisco 49ers. And it's going to be, let's look at this replay. Deebo Samuel, excellent route run. So Brock Purdy He draws the linebacker in on that play action, and then he just goes over the top. Deebo Samuel, and no one's catching up to him. The safety missed the tackle. Poor play from the safety. I don't know what he was doing. That looked like a Madden video game trying to stop him. And yeah, bad read by that safety, and the linebacker, he's not catching up to Deebo Samuel once he gets the speed. It's a touchdown, and now it's a 2-possession lead for the San Francisco 49ers early on. Deebo Samuel, a 76-yard touchdown. Absolutely electrifying for the 49ers, and that's a huge letdown if you're a fan of the Seattle Seahawks. That's got to be a dagger, knowing that the history between the 49ers and the Seahawks looks like it's repeating itself early on here. You know that the 49ers have won their last 5 games against Seattle, and now they're on their way to making it 6 early on. Still a lot of time to be played in this game, but Deebo Samuel, that's tough. He's been getting involved early on, and the Seahawks, they just let him do that action. It faked out the defenders. The safety looked lost on that play, and that safety just looked absolutely lost. I don't know what he was doing with it. Like, he dove, but the ball wasn't anywhere near him. It was like he was diving to make a tackle, but he missed him by about 5 yards. Just went out of bounds, and the linebacker just simply wasn't catching up to Deebo Samuel. That is what happens when basically what the 49ers have been doing all game. They've been running the football to set that up. They've been rushing the football consistently with Jordan Mason, and then on that play, it's play action pass. Play action. Looks like it's going to Jordan Mason. The Seahawks got faked out, and they go over the top right to Deebo Samuel. Perfect pass from Brock Purdy. Perfect execution. Nancy says, boom. Yes, that was the bang Niner gang. And Harinder says, terrible defense. Absolutely terrible defense. I am lost for words. That was so confusing to me watching that safety come in. Just horrible tackling, bad execution from the Seahawks there. They're showing another replay of it, so let's break this down. You have Ayuk lined up on the outside. He's going to run a post route. So this is some zone coverage. Beats the zone coverage, and the safety up top. He was trying to go over to Deebo Samuel, but no, he missed Deebo Samuel. That was really bad. Brock Purdy keeping his eyes downfield the whole time. He sees Deebo's wide open. And that's like a one-handed trying to tackle Deebo Samuel. That's never going to work. Deebo Samuel, he's a big man. Trying to tackle him with one arm while you're going out of bounds in the other direction is just not good enough. Trying to clothesline him like it's WWE. Come on. So the return. Oh, it's fumbled. The return is fumbled. Did the 49ers just recover that? We're about to find out. 49ers are pointing the other way, saying that they have the football. And it is San Francisco 49ers football. Wow. Oh, boy. So now, the replay. Yeah, that one comes out before the knee is down by the looks of it. This is going to, definitely. That is a fumble and is recovered by the 49ers. What can go wrong has gone wrong for the Seattle Seahawks early on in this game. And this is an opportunity for the 49ers to build on to their early lead. Wow. So what a misfortunate play for the Seahawks. They have an opportunity. It looks like they're going to get into decent field position, and they get that ball punched out. The San Francisco 49ers are just playing excellent football right now, and now they're starting off inside of the 30-yard line, and it's going to be a toss to Jordan Mason on 1st and 10, maybe a gain of 2. So tough sledding for the Seahawks early on in this game. And Brock Purdy in this offense. So they go right back to the run after that play action pass that went for the touchdown. So they might be trying to do that again, run to set up the pass. We'll see. Like George Kittle might get some more involvement on this drive here, but they could just run the football because Seahawks really haven't had much of an answer for anything in this game. It's a handoff to Jordan Mason again. If it works, why stop doing it, right? Coffer Boy says, can you shout me out? I'm a big fan. My name is Jackson. I got you, Jackson. Shout out to you, and thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate every single one of you that is in this chat. It's nice to see you on here. We got a 10-0 game in the second quarter. Brock Purdy, the 81st highest paid quarterback in the NFL, and he's doing some fantastic things. 3rd and 4. That's an intimidating line for the Seahawks. Brock Purdy under pressure. He's running back all the way near midfield. Brock Purdy, this is a Madden type of play, but he just tosses it out of bounds. That is a play that gets your heart rate rising, even if you're not a fan of either team in this game. Brock Purdy just ran all the way back. That was like a college type of play right there. Johnny Manziel-esque. But Brock Purdy has obviously had a much more successful NFL career than Johnny Manziel. That's going to bring on the kicker once again for the 49ers, Wright, who was signed to the active roster on Tuesday. It's going to be a 41-yard attempt on 4th down and 4. Right. The kick is up, and it is right down the middle for a field goal. And the San Francisco 49ers, there it is. It is up. It is good. Field goal, adding on to their lead. So that, you know what? If you're the 49ers, it's like, okay, we didn't score a touchdown after forcing that fumble. That's unfortunate. But you still get 3 points. You're not giving away points by giving the ball back to Seattle right away. You still get the 3 points. You'll take it because it's basically 3 points that are free. Instead of giving the ball back over to Seattle Seahawks without anything, you're going to get 3 points. As long as it's not a turnover, you'll take what you can get in that position. 13-0 early on, and the Seattle Seahawks need some type of answer on their next offensive possession. Get away from them early on. And I don't think any of us want to see that because, like I said, we've done a few of these live streams, and most of the games that we've done just seem to be blowouts that haven't necessarily been close. We had the Titans-Dolphins game, and we had the Chiefs-Saints game. Hoping for some more excitement here in a divisional matchup between these two teams. So now, after the 3 points, 13-0. Still a lot of football to be played. You're not going to want to miss it. You're not going to want to miss it. Right here on the Bills bunker. Let's go. We got a conversation about Khalil Shakir. I saw he was doing some practicing in the on X. I saw that earlier today. Hoping Shakir plays tonight. And Taron Johnson was full of practice today. Curtis Samuel practiced today as well. I believe Samuel was limited with that foot injury. So, obviously, hope to get all those guys back if you're the Buffalo Bills. Really, it's going to be one day at a time. It's a day back further, having the game on Monday Night Football. So, it's an extra day to recover for these guys. But really, the one that I'm most concerned about is James Cook. He has that toe injury, and it's not good. It's not good if your workhorse running back is out and misses some time in that game. He has been such a key contributor for the Buffalo Bills offense. Letting James Cook is an important thing for that Bills offense. And that Jets defense, doesn't matter if the Jets are a new coach or not, that Jets defense is one that historically has given Josh Allen a lot of problems over the last 2 years. You look at the Bills' last 2 games at MetLife Stadium, they've both resulted in the Bills losing. Comfort boys, can you shout out my little brothers? Their name is Logan and Max. Logan, Maddox, what's going on? I'm Jake from the Bills Bunker. Wanted to give you a shout out. And this shout out is happening right here in the second quarter of the San Francisco 49ers Seattle Seahawks game. Hope you guys check out the channel. You're going to like it. And go Bills, by the way. Here we go. Seattle Seahawks taking over possession of the football. This time, no fumble for them. So that's good. They need to get some points here. Because like I said, this game, it can get away from them big time. They're already down in a hole by 13 points. Not the spot you want to be playing against San Francisco. But if there's anything that's, if there's some silver lining for Seattle, it's that San Francisco has given up some leads early on in the season. But that play right there is not going to help their cause as Kenneth Walker gets wrestled down for a loss of about 4 yards. So this Seahawks offense has been predictable early on. They're going back to the hurry-up offense. It's 2nd and 13. Kenneth Walker has been a non-factor in this game. If they can't change that, they've got a problem. 11-15 to go in the second quarter. You got motion in the backfield, and Smith-Njigba moved over to the slot. Geno Smith's going to run the football, and he moves up for about a 7-yard gain, but flag on the field. This one's likely coming back with a hold. 100%, always. Yes, it is a hold against the offense. Tough flag for the Seahawks to take in that situation. Once it looks like you're getting some positive momentum, you take a flag, set yourself back 10 yards. Shooting yourself in the foot early on is a story for the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks offensive line is having trouble holding their own against this defensive unit. It's going to be a screen pass to Charbonnet. Charbonnet with a speedy burst. That's a good play. But it really just cuts the third down attempt that's coming up in half. It's going to still be third and some pretty long yardage coming up. 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8. Geno Smith. He throws an ill-advised pass, but I think it's going to be a free play as it looked like a neutral zone infraction against Bosa, that is. Not Joey. Nick Bosa. 3rd down. Offside against Bosa. So Geno Smith with the hard count there, you can see he really put that force into the fake, and it faked out Bosa enough to cause him to take a flag. Brings up 3rd and 3, cutting that yardage down by 5 yards. 5-yard penalty makes it 3rd and 3. Geno Smith, he's under pressure. He's got a pretty clean pocket though. Look for Jackson Smith-Njigba, and this one comes incomplete once again. It's going to force the Seahawks to punt once more. Any predictions for Bills-Jets? You know what? I'm going to be doing Bills-Jets live reaction just like I'm doing for this, live streaming on Monday night, and I'll probably start that one extra early just because it's Bills-Jets. So stay tuned for that. We'll talk more about that soon. And this punt taken in at the 5 or 6 yard line really flips the field. But that's all Seattle has been able to do in this game is flip the field. Everything else, nothing has been working for them in this game. The offense just unable to move the football down the field against the 49ers. They're going to really need to completely adjust their game plan, rethink everything, because what they've done has not worked at all. We just hit 1 hour on this live stream, and we've got probably another 2 to go. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be good. 10-16 to go in the second quarter. If you haven't yet, click like, everybody. Click that like button. Helps out in a big-time way. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5-yard line. Brock Purdy is going to pass it to George Kittle. And Kittle, with a gain of about 6 yards. Kittle can block. He can catch. He can score touchdowns. He can do a bit of everything. Maybe he could play quarterback too. Haven't seen that one before. But I'd like to see it. I got him in fantasy tonight. I want him to bring in some more receptions. And I got Smith Njigba too. And all of his attempts have sailed past him. So that's just unfortunate. 2nd and 3. 49ers in no rush here. It's going to be a toss to Jordan Mason. And Mason again. 1st down. Moving the chains. Jordan Mason holding his ribs though. He is in some serious pain. He can't even open his eyes. He's closed. His eyes are closed. So you gotta question about CMC from Harinder here. And I mean, they really might need him back if Jordan Mason. You never want to really speculate about injuries, but he's holding those ribs. Maybe he's just winded on that play, but he looks hurt. He's not moving very much. So the waiver wires in fantasy might be pretty active looking at the San Francisco 49ers this week. But really expect Deebo Samuel to get some more touches out of the backfield now. Jordan Mason, looking at that play, it's hard to know what went wrong, and I don't even want to speculate. But he's holding the pectoral, abdomen area. Not ideal. Josh Allen is a top 5 quarterback. Of course, he's a top 5 quarterback. There's no debate about that. I don't think anyone, even the biggest Josh Allen hater, is not going to say that Josh Allen's not top 5. Once you start getting into the top 1 to 2 debate, people are going to have something to say. But top 5, I don't think anyone's going to argue there. And if they do, they don't know what they're talking about. So, Josh Allen's our guy. Gotta love Josh Allen. Gotta love Buffalo Bills football. But right now, we're hoping for the best for Jordan Mason. Doesn't matter what team you are a fan of. On this channel, at least, we always want to see the best for every player. Never want to see someone go down with injuries. So hopefully Jordan Mason can have a speedy recovery. And we'll see what happens. Indeed, I have. I have seen. But go Bills. Commercial break is here. 13-0 San Francisco. Anyone have any predictions for the rest of the game here? I'd love to hear them. I would love to hear your predictions for the rest of this game. 13-0 for San Francisco right now. 49ers, they haven't really been stopped. Their offense moving the ball. Their defense has been really the big difference maker for me. Special teams really coming up with the big play too. San Francisco has won this game in all 3 phases of the game. Offensively, putting up points. Defensively, coming up with big stops. And making an interception on their opening drive, their first opportunity to get a stop. They come up with that interception on an ill-advised pass from Geno Smith. And then special teams, 2 field goals from the new kicker, and also punching out that ball, forcing a turnover to add up another 3 points, making it 13-0. Jordan Mason able to walk off on his own power, so that's something you like to see. Clap him up. Let's go. All right. Now you got Garendo in the backfield. We'll see if they elect to get him involved early, or they probably will. If you want to get your new guy involved early, that's exactly what they're going to do. It's a handoff, toss right down the middle, and it's going to go for a gain of about 4. So it is a left shoulder injury for Jordan Mason. He's considered to be questionable, and we'll see if he can make a return. Just watching the replay, he went down on that left shoulder with some serious force, and Tyrell Dodson, the former Buffalo Bill, was the one who made the tackle, also going down with some added weight on that shoulder. It's not supposed to move like that. This time, it's Brandon Ayuk with his first reception of the game. It's good enough for a first down and more. Moving the chains, Brock Purdy is looking pretty darn good in this game. Like that? Pretty darn good. Brock Purdy, poised in the pocket, finds Ayuk right down the middle. Simple in route. No problem for Ayuk. 49ers with 7:58 to go in the second quarter. 1st and 10. Juszczyk in motion in the backfield. Now Jennings going out wide. It's a fake handoff to Deebo Samuel, and there it is. George Kittle with the reception, but he's tackled by Witherspoon after just a short gain of 3 or 4 yards. 2nd and 7 coming up. Brock Purdy is looking special. Got to give a lot of credit to Brock Purdy. A lot of people say that he's a system quarterback, but he looks really good. Really, really good here. Second and 7. It's getting loud. The 12th man is trying to make a difference, trying to cheer on their team in Seattle. As the ball is at midfield, Brock Purdy dropping back. He's under pressure. He's going to run with it. Brock Purdy dives for a first down once again. So Brock Purdy, he has all these weapons around him, but he says, hey, I can take the ball myself. I can get the first down with my legs too. Don't discount number 13 and his ability to run the football. His offensive line holds up. He's under pressure coming from the outside, and he says, all right, I'll take it myself. Yeah, there's this offense for the 49ers just creates so many mismatches for any defense. And now 1st and 10 coming up. It's going to be another toss to the running back who goes out to the right. Only going to get a gain of maybe 1. So big stop there from the Seattle Seahawks. If you're new here, click subscribe. If you haven't yet, tell a friend, tell a friend. Share this video. Click that like button. Let's go. Helps out in a big way. San Francisco has been dominant so far in this game. 2nd down and 9. You have Jennings in motion. It's going to be a toss to Deebo Samuel, who's going to the outside on the left. And he's tackled out of bounds after a gain of a few, bringing up 3rd down and medium. So this is a situation where you expect to see a pass to a Kittle, a Jennings, an Ayuk, someone down the middle of the field ideally. Doesn't matter where you hit them, but look for one of those players to get involved here. Just a short little pass, enough to get the first down. Ayuk's playing in the slot. Purdy is looking to Jawan Jennings, who on the out route is pushed out of bounds after gaining the yardage for a first down. New set of downs for the San Francisco 49ers offense, who just continues to move the ball down the field effectively. Seattle has no answer for them. They look just disgruntled in every way possible. Seattle has no answers for San Francisco, and they need to come up with something really quickly. Going down by 20 points is not what they need in the first half. It's a handoff again, and this time falls forward for a gain of 4. Flag is down after Guerrero was tackled, and San Francisco is pointing to Seattle, saying that they took the flag. And it's a face mask against the Seahawks. Seattle takes a face mask, 15-yard penalty tacked on onto the run, an automatic first down. I'm telling you, Seattle this has just been awful in every way possible for the Seahawks. And San Francisco can really take the clock down more if they want to. 4 minutes, 12 seconds to go in the second quarter. They can take the clock down a bit more. Try to put up some points. 1st and 10. That's exactly what they're doing. They're running the clock down a little bit. It's a handoff to Guerrero again. This time he's tackled for no gain. No gain. He's tackled behind the line of scrimmage, actually. So, Seahawks are celebrating, trying to get themselves fired up, but I don't think there's much for them to celebrate about right now. 2nd down. Like I said, running that clock down, they're in no hurry. San Francisco says, just put up some points before half. Don't give Seattle very much time. Why not? 2nd and 11. You have motion. That's Juszczyk in motion. And now Brock Purdy's going to pass this one. Looking for Deebo Samuel, but that pass just bounced short. So, 3rd and 11. Clock stops with 3:16 to go. And now Brock Purdy's going to be forced to come up with a play. I'm feeling Jawan Jennings on this play. I'm feeling a Jennings play here. 3rd and 11. This has Jennings all over it. 3rd and 11. Purdy. That's Juszczyk. And Juszczyk gets tackled for a loss behind the line of scrimmage on a screen pass. That was really weird. Just trying to do too much, but the clock will tick down some more. They're going to send on right for the field goal attempt and try to add on to their lead, making it a 16-point lead. If they can do that, they're going to be in a better position. Not the way that San Francisco wanted to end that drive, that long drive, but a lot of good, positive things to take away from that drive if you're San Francisco. You're obviously draining the clock, moving the ball down the field effectively. Right, the kick is up, and it is good. It is now 16-0 for the San Francisco 49ers, who convert on the field goal attempt. The 49ers, they've been dominant in every asset of this game. It leaves 2:33 on the clock for the Seahawks to go down and put up some points before halftime. Really, San Francisco, it's really impressive what they've done here against a division opponent who should have been prepared better. The game plan for Seattle is really confusing to me because they're running the ball on 1st down almost every play. It's become predictable for me. So if you're the San Francisco 49ers, you know what's coming almost every time on 1st down. The defense for San Francisco is just a nightmare to game plan for, and so is that offense. So I just think there's a lot of mismatches here in this game, and it's early, like I said, but it is on pace for San Francisco to get their 6th straight win against their division opponent in the Seahawks. It's been a one-sided rivalry as of late, and after that latest field goal, 16-0 for San Francisco. And a return taken back to the 30-yard line. Stock Unlock OG says the Bills bunker rules, and with a super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You know what, Stock Unlock OG? You rule. All this channel, what I do wouldn't be possible without all the support that I get from you. Getting a super sticker like that makes my night even better. I love coming on here, talking football with each and every one of you, and you're one of my biggest supporters. You're always here. Thank you so much. 1st and 10 for Seattle. The handoff to Kenneth Walker. See, this is what I'm talking about. Consistently, on 1st down, they're running with Kenneth Walker. It's becoming predictable, and that's just going to take it down to the 2-minute warning. Most likely. No, they're going to go and hurry up offense. So if they don't convert here, this gives San Francisco more time to put up some points. No, they're just going to try to do the hard count. Okay, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning is here, and it is 16-0 San Francisco in the first half in Seattle. The beautiful Seattle. You can look at that sunset in Washington State. It looks beautiful, and I'm so excited. I'm going to be going there in just 2 weeks' time when the Buffalo Bills head to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. This game's providing a little bit of a scouting report, and Von Miller will still be games. I'm seeing from Seattle is really they're struggling to get a good push on the offensive line, but that defensive line of San Francisco is just a different unit defensively. They're causing so many mismatches. Bosa is a real difference maker, and then the interior of the defensive lines forcing just stopping Kenneth Walker before he can really get to the second level. Then when you get to the second level, you have to worry about Warner. So many good things going on for the 49ers defensively. Their special teams has proven to be a difference maker in this game as well. You have 3 converted field goals from a kicker who was signed to the active roster on Tuesday. And then you have a player who forced a fumble, punching the ball out, and that was on a kick return from Seattle. That gave the 49ers another free 3 points. Offensively, Brock Purdy has been impressive, but now without Jordan Mason at this point in time, we'll see if he can return after the half. But for the 49ers offense, they're doing just enough. They're not making mistakes that are costly turnovers, and they're putting up some points. So 16-0 here, and it's going to be 2nd and 7 for Seattle coming up after the commercial break. I guess at halftime, we'll take a look at some statistics from this game, and what we can do is we can make some predictions just looking around the NFL for this Sunday as well. That's my version of the halftime show on Thursday Night Football. We've been live for an hour and 17 minutes now, and we're going to be live for over 3 hours. It's going to be a long night, Thursday Night Football. It's my dedication to this channel. 2nd and 7 from their own 32-yard line. Geno Smith. He finds a man. That's Jackson Smith-Njigba. Finally, the Seahawks got something going offensively. And Jackson Smith-Njigba moves the chains. Good gain. And thankfully, I have him in fantasy. I need him to do something. Anything at this point. And Geno Smith, he's calling an audible at the line of scrimmage. Redirecting his wide receivers. Fant moved out. And Smith-Njigba switched to the left side. Geno Smith under pressure from Leonard Floyd, the former Bill. He found Kenneth Walker, but there's no gain on that play. Brings up 2nd down, and the clock is ticking. Seattle has all 3 timeouts, still electing not to use them at this point in time. They're in the hurry-up offense, but they go back into the huddle. This is some interesting time management. I guess they don't want to force it too much and have the potential to give San Francisco the ball back. 45 seconds left by the time they get off the snap. Geno Smith looking deep for DK Metcalf, and that's great defense by the defensive back of San Francisco. He did not look. He didn't look back. He was looking at DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf, he goes up. This is DB School 101. So he's watching the receiver the entire time, and he sees that DK Metcalf is moving to try to bring in the ball. He puts his hands up, gets in the way of the ball, forces an incompletion on the deep pass attempt. Solid stuff. And Geno Smith, anytime he's looked deep in this game, it just has not worked. He hasn't done it very often. But now 39 seconds left in the quarter. And it's going to be a timeout called by Seattle, their first of the half. So 2 timeouts remaining for Seattle, 3 for San Francisco. 39 seconds to go in the half. And Seattle's right around halftime. How do they play this? At this point, you got to try to get the first down, try to put up some points, and at least get 3 points on the board if you're the Seahawks. It's just not ideal start for the Seattle Seahawks in any way. Everything has been ugly for them. They need to try to salvage something, get some points up before the half ends. And San Francisco gets the ball back to start next half, by the way. So really need to get some points. 3rd and 9 from San Francisco's 49-yard line. Geno Smith, he's under pressure, but he had some time. He finds Jackson Smith-Njigba with a pretty toe tap right around the sidelines. First down for the Seahawks, moving the chains there. First down. JSN, my fantasy player. Perfect catch right along the sideline. It's going to be a nice post route, corner route that is, to the outside. Smith-Njigba, that's a gain of right around 15 yards. Takes him down to the 31-yard line in San Francisco territory with 34 seconds. Kenneth Walker's in motion. Geno Smith finds Noah Fant, the big tight end. Gain of 9. Brings up 2nd down. Quick timeout called by Seattle. That's their 2nd timeout of the half. Now 1 remaining. 28 seconds to go. Now it's going to be interesting to see how they manage the time. There's still a lot of time to go here. 1 timeout really helps. You can attack in the middle of the field. You can attack any way, really, because it's a shortened field. So at this point, they can get there. They can spike the ball if need be, stop the clock. We're going to see how they manage this. Up to this point, no scores in the game for Seattle, down 16-0. Trying to put together their first scoring drive, and they're in great position to do so. Bosa is bringing the heat on the pressure, but this one's a short little screen pass to JSN. Once again, getting involved. And it forces the Seahawks to take their timeout after gaining the first down, though. So, Bosa was bringing the heat. Ferocious pass rusher. He got to the quarterback before the right tackle even moved. Like, that's crazy. JSN, though. Geno Smith, great job of getting rid of the football. And he just got it right through the hands of the linebacker as well. JSN, short little gain. Good enough to get the first down. 1st and 10 for the Seattle Seahawks with 21 seconds left in the first half. Seahawks need some points. Ideally a touchdown. From the 11-yard line. Geno Smith. He's moving forward in the pocket, looking back at the end zone for Noah Fant. There's a flag down. This one's going to be a hold or a pass interference against the defense. This is a big call. I think it's a hold. Pass interference. It's pass interference against the defense. Okay, so pass interference against the defense puts the Seahawks inside of the 5-yard line with just 16 seconds left on the clock. And now an opportunity to get some points with a touchdown. We're going to see, how do they want to play this? Give me a Jackson Smith-Njigba touchdown, please. You got the big body in DK Metcalf. You can go there. He's at the top of the screen, potentially providing a mismatch. But Geno Smith looking for Tyler Lockett, and it sails incomplete. 13 seconds to go in the half now. 2nd and goal. Once again, no timeouts. So timeouts aren't really a factor at this point unless there's a completion that is stopped short of the touchdown yardage that they need. But to this point, clean drive, great time management. and they have an opportunity to put up 6 points. Geno Smith looking for the end zone. JSN, but their coverage is just too good. Forced an incompletion. Diamador Lenoir in the face of JSN, and he's talking his talk. Great coverage from number 2. Maybe a little bit of a hold, but he got away with it there. Not a great pass from Geno Smith. Forcing incompletion. 3rd and goal now. Really got to put up a touchdown here. 8 seconds on the clock. JSN in motion. Geno Smith. Looking end zone again for DK Metcalf. He got both feet down. He did. That is a touchdown for the Seattle Seahawks. They're saying 4th and goal, but I see both feet down. I see both feet down. One. Oh. Oh, no. His toe was right on the line. So it's like what we saw in week 1. He's going to be out of bounds. That's not going to count as a touchdown. It sure looked like it was a touchdown, but his foot, that toe, right on the boundary. Great call from the referee, and that's why they're making the calls there, not me from here. 4th and goal. The field goal is up, and it is good for Myers. So the first points are up on the board for the Seattle Seahawks in this game, making it a 16-3 game. Field goal from 20 yards out is good. That's got to be a disappointing result for the Seahawks to only put up 3 points on that long drive. And the 49ers are set to receive the kickoff in the second half. So tough result if you're the Seattle Seahawks, going all the way down, sustaining a clean drive, but only scoring 3 points. Unable to fully capitalize and put up 6 points in their final possession of the half. And now down 16-3 going into the half against the San Francisco 49ers team who's getting the ball back first. That's a really tough situation that the Seahawks put themselves in this game. Not good stuff at all from Seattle. The only silver lining that they have is that San Francisco has had this same situation where they've been ahead in games and they've let their opponents back into it. But not good for your Seahawks because just ugly on so many different levels on every aspect of the game, special teams, defense, offense. Each one of those units has done something wrong in this game. The San Francisco defense has just been too much, getting in the face of Geno Smith, stopping Kenneth Walker, making him irrelevant. So if Seattle wants any shot at winning this game, they need to get Kenneth Walker more involved here in the second half, and they need to get him some positive yardage. Now 16-3 lead. Joey asks, are you going to the Bills-Jets game? That's one I will not be going to. When they play in Buffalo, then I'll be going. I'm not going to that road game. I'm going to 2 road games this year. Going to Seattle in a few weeks. Went to Houston last week. And I'll also be going to Buffalo for every home game throughout the season. But I'll be doing a live reaction like this, a live stream reaction throughout that Bills-Jets game. So stay tuned for that. I hope to see you here. You're not going to want to miss it. I think it's going to be a lively chat. A lot of Bills Mafia is going to be in the house. You know, not every subscriber wants to join when it's a 49ers Seahawks game. But I feel like more people are going to be more intrigued to join when it's Buffalo Bills football on the Bills bunker. I'm expecting a big turnout for that game. And I think lively chat. It's going to be fun. Right now, the Seattle Seahawks are getting manhandled in this game. They need something to go right. But San Francisco, without Jordan Mason, potentially, we're going to see if Jordan Mason makes his return or not. That is a big, big problem for the San Francisco 49ers, who are obviously already missing Christian McCaffrey in a big-time way. Thursday night football here. It's been a pretty dominant performance from San Francisco in the first half. So I'm really impressed with what I've seen from San Francisco. But once again, can't count out any team in the NFL. Funnier things than have happened than overcoming a 16-3 lead. Look at what we saw in the season opener between Buffalo and Arizona. Look at what we saw in the game against Houston for Buffalo. Look at what we saw when the 49ers had a big lead over the Rams just a few weeks back. Teams come back in the NFL, and they're doing it seemingly more and more often. So this game is far from over. But if you're the Seattle Seahawks, you got to come up with some big-time stops. I want to hear everyone's thoughts on this game so far in the comment section. I want to hear your final score predictions. At the beginning of the game, you got some score predictions. Josh Allen is goated, said 49ers 27, Seattle 33. So Seattle's going to have to put up a lot of points for that to happen. Maybe force overtime. Spears Bills Sports Talk said 49ers 28, Seahawks 10. That looks like a feasible score at this point in time. Philip Castro had 49ers 24, Seattle 27. And Harinder said 21-17 for the Seahawks. So it's interesting to see those score predictions. I think the Seahawks, you're going to have a tough time coming back in this game, but the injury of Jordan Mason could be a potentially game-changing factor. If the 49ers can't get their top running back in this game, I think they're going to have to utilize Deebo Samuel more in the ground game, something that they have no problem doing. They've shown no hesitancy to utilize him in the past on the ground. But if you look at Kenneth Walker III, 9 rushes for just 20 yards, it's not good enough. Not good enough from your top back in Seattle. The Seahawks, they're not really doing anything right. 2 receptions for 87 yards and a touchdown for Deebo Samuel. That 76-yard touchdown reception was solid. Deebo Samuel took the top off the defense against some zone coverage, and it was a play-action pass. Really what you saw was consistent running the football with Jordan Mason. And what they did, they were running the football to set up that big play through the air. Worked perfectly because the Seahawks, they were lost on that play. Let's check out some stats from this game. I'm going to pull some stats up. Let's pull up some stats from this game. Stats. Who doesn't love some stats in football? 16-3, San Francisco with a 13-point second quarter. Geno Smith, just 9 of 18 for 109 yards and 1 touchdown thrown, or 1 interception thrown, that is. Matthew Wright, 3 converted field goal attempts, which is really impressive for a guy who was just signed to the active roster on Tuesday. And if you look at team stats, yards per play, just 4.8 yards per play from the Seattle Seahawks in the first half. That's not good enough. 7.6 yards per play for San Francisco in the first half. Seattle unable to make any stops. They're unable to move the football. And San Francisco's having a field day. Absolute field day in this game. 3 punts. Penalties pretty even. 2 for 23 yards against Seattle. 3 for 19 yards against San Francisco. But what you're seeing from the 49ers, 18 minutes, 30 seconds time of possession, and they're going to continue trying to do that. Look for them to get Deebo Samuel more involved. Continue rushing the football, even with their backup running back in the second half. Play keep away. Keep the ball out of Seattle's offense, out of their hands. Don't let them put up any points. put up field goals, whatever it may be. Just hold on to the football, and it's going to be hard for the Seahawks to mount any kind of comeback in this game. Really, they're just controlling the ball. The third down efficiency, not great for either team. 3 of 7 on the conversions for San Francisco, 3 of 8 for Seattle. Really, time of possession and yards per play are the biggest eye catchers for me in this game. 18 minutes, 30 seconds of possession for San Francisco in that first half, averaging 7.6 yards per play. That's a problem for San Francisco. 244 total yards allowed. That's a problem for Seattle, that is. Now, we're getting back to football very shortly. Very, very shortly. San Francisco, dominant so far. Dominant. Joseph Clark says, Leafs won, baby. How about the Sabres? I need to know. Did the Sabres win? Did the Sabres win? Joey asks, who's your favorite Bills player? It's a good question. Who's my favorite Bills player? I think everyone's like the classic answer is Josh Allen. Recently, I've liked a little bit of James Cook has been a fun player to watch, definitely. James Cook. James Cook has been slowly emerging as one of my favorite players. And this started last year. I really like James Cook even more after he shared a video of me on his Instagram story. James Cook shared me on his Instagram story. So shout out to James Cook. Let him cook. And we got to hope for James Cook to really come back healthy for next week. Right now, not really participating in practice, out with that toe injury. And if you saw the video on X in that game against the Houston Texans, that final drive against Houston, he smashed his toe into the turf. As a running back, you don't want any toe injuries, anything wrong with your feet. Heck, you got to trim your nails, make sure they're on point. But you know what? Not good to see James Cook added to the injury report for Buffalo. It's a lengthy list, like James Cook, Khalil Shakir. The list goes on. I'm just saying a couple guys here. Curtis Samuel. Josh Allen's on that injury report, but he's going to play. There's so many players on that injury report, and you got to hope for the best for James Cook because he is such a pivotal part of Buffalo's offense. Love James Cook. Turf toe sucks. Hopefully he's all right. Got to hope for it. Trim your nails. You got to trim your nails as a running back. You should trim your nails. It's a thing where you just got to be hygienic and trim your nails like a normal human being. But especially as like a running back or a kicker, they got to get full-on pedicures, manage their feet really well. I just got a notification that the Kings, Anze Kopitar, scored a goal. So 2-1 for the Los Angeles Kings over the Buffalo Sabres for anybody that cares about that. And the deep into the third period. So not good for Buffalo. Looking like they're going to get off to an 0-3 start. But at least we've got the Buffalo Bills and root for them. Root for them. AKA Ashton says, Curtis practiced today. Didn't know if he was full or not, but also Taron Johnson is full now, which is huge. Yes, so Curtis Samuel, I believe I read that he was limited in practice today. That lengthy injury report is such a big concern, but you can cut it down by taking out the players who were full participants. So Taron Johnson being a full participant, that indicates to me that he's likely ready to play in game. Now, it's not a certainty, but it's a really positive step in the right direction. Terrell Bernard was on that list. He played last week. Really another indication that he's probably going to play next week. But they're on the injury report for a reason. There's always some cause for concern there. So we're going to proceed with caution. We're going to find out more throughout the week, and I'm going to be right here making videos previewing the Bills-Jets game coming soon. But right now, we're about to get into the second half of this game, this NFC West Divisional showdown between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers were dominant in that first half, and now they're about to get possession of the ball once again, really, in every single phase of the game. Special teams, offense, defense, San Francisco was dominant in every single one of them, forcing a turnover on special teams by punching the ball out on a kick return from Seattle, forcing an interception thrown by Geno Smith by really getting him under pressure, under duress with that ferocious pass rush, and then safety coming up with an interception on the pass that was intended for DK Metcalf, sailed right over his head. I think it was Tyler Lockett the pass was intended for, actually. And then defensively for San Francisco, or offensively, they're not really doing too much. They're running to set up the pass, and it's been a perfectly executed game plan to this point in time. Now the kick return for San Francisco. They're going to take this one out right around the 25-yard line. So here we go. We're underway in the second half of football, Thursday night football. We've been live for an hour, 41 minutes. We're going to be live for another hour at least. Flag down on the field. Some laundry already here in the second half. Illegal formation against Seattle. So right when they got to stop at the 25-yard line, before the defense even comes on, they take a flag. It's not what you want. I don't care if it's a 5-yard penalty, 15-yard penalty, or bigger. You don't want to take those penalties. Give San Francisco any more reason to be confident, because up 16-3, 13-point lead. They have possession of the ball. It's really not looking good at all for the Seahawks. Brock Purdy hands it off to Mason, who is back. Jordan Mason's back. Fantasy owners of Jordan Mason can take a deep breath and a sigh of relief. Good gain for 9 yards, bringing up 2nd down and 1. Second and 1 for the San Francisco 49ers. And it's a handoff to Guerrero. First down for the 49ers. Moving the chains, no problem. So San Francisco, like I said this at the half. They ran the football, held on to possession of the ball for over 18 minutes in the first half. Now that they have a 13-point lead, look for them to do more of the same here. Just play keep away from Seattle. If Seattle can't get the ball, they can't score points, they can't win the game. Simple as that. Brock Purdy. Pass intended for Ayuk, incomplete, and there's a flag down. There's a flag down near where the pass was intended. It's going to be against Seattle. Brown is trying to plead his case, but it doesn't matter. The laundry is on the field. The ref came in, telling him to get out of his face, essentially. So it's going to be a flag. Is it going to be 15 yards or 10? No flag. Okay, there's no flag. So he fooled us all. The ref fooled us all. The laundry was down, but he picks it up, says no flag on the field. So defense pleaded their case. It worked in this instance. 2nd and 10 coming up. The Buffalo Sabres just lost 3-1 to the LA Kings, by the way. 2nd and 10 coming up for the 49ers offense. Brock Purdy stepping up in the pocket. He finds George Kittle. He's going to continue rumbling forward, going through the hit. He could have went out of bounds, but he said, no, I'm a big guy. I'm bigger than you. He initiates the contact with 3 men, and he forces his way down, gains another 3 or 4 yards after the contact. Great play. Nice design. George Kittle acts like he's staying back to block. Goes. Nice little corner route. That's a good, solid gain. And like I said, after that contact, he gained another 3 or 4 yards. George Kittle. 3 receptions for 39 yards. I could use some more fantasy points from him in this one. And now Guerrero, oh man. Guerrero with a carry. Gain of 3 or 4 as he ran to the right on the outside. Second down coming up. Clock keeps ticking. The clock keeps ticking. 2nd and 4. San Francisco wanting to add to their lead a little bit more. And they're in great position to do so on this opening drive of the second half. 2nd and 4, they're winding that clock down all the way to 1 second. Wow. Guerrero on the toss. Guerrero, Juszczyk just pushed his guy forward. I think Guerrero would have kept going on that play, but Juszczyk, he thought that Guerrero was going to meet the Seattle Seahawks defender, and Guerrero got pushed by Juszczyk. Juszczyk's a big man as a fullback. Fullback pulled on the block there. And if you look at this replay, Guerrero is making the contact, and Juszczyk just pushes his man, pushes him right to the ground. Maybe not the best idea, but he had the right intentions. Handoff now. Goes down to the 10-yard line. So this 49ers offense doing whatever they want, running the football on the ground, playing keep away. A little bit of monkey in the middle. 2nd and 4. They're gaining 5 yards per carry pretty much. Why not run the ball? It's a boring style of football, but if you can't stop it, they're going to do it. They're going to keep running it down their throats. It's Taylor Jr. in the backfield now, wearing 32. He had the last carry. He might get another one here. Brock Purdy hands it off to Taylor Jr. He stopped after getting back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gaining 1 yard on the play. So, 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 2. 12th man needs to get loud. They need to get rowdy. Their team needs to get back into this game. And in order to do that, they need to stop at least forcing San Francisco to settle for 3 points. But it's going to be hard to do. 3rd and 3 here. That looks like the Seattle Seahawks Grinch that I just saw on TV. They're yelling. The 12th man is trying to get loud and support their guys. The stop troops on the field. Can they come up with a stop? Brock Purdy looking for George Kittle. George Kittle. Touchdown, George Kittle. Keeping his feet in. The big man with a touchdown. Tight end touchdown. George Kittle for my fantasy team. I'll take those points. Thank you very much. George Kittle, touchdown, San Francisco 49ers, adding on to their lead even more. Let's watch the replay. 1 foot, 2 foot, possession. Touchdown. Great hand-eye coordination and foot coordination from big number 85. Coming up with the touchdown, adding on to their lead. The point after attempt is up, and it is good. Right down the middle, 23-3 lead for the San Francisco 49ers. Dominant performance in this game, and Seattle has had no answer. George Kittle, thank you for the fantasy points, big dog. Let's go. That hyped me up. That made me excited. I like to see that. I like seeing that a lot. George Kittle. Best ends of the league. He can run block. He can catch. He can run. He can do a bit of everything. He's a big-time threat in that zone. And he just showed why. George Kittle. Big time play for the 49ers as they're looking to seal the deal on this game. Salt away that clock and force those Seahawks to choke on their aspirations. 23-3. Seahawks down against the San Francisco 49ers. Drew Kennelly says, hello. Let's go Bills. Hey, Drew. Let's go Bills. We're watching the Seahawks get pounded by the 49ers right now. But always, you're going to get a let's go Bills. If you say go Bills to me, I'm going to say go Bills back. If you haven't yet, click like. And if you're new here, click the subscribe button. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. This game has been pure dominance from the San Francisco 49ers. No answer from Seattle in this game. It's been tough for Seattle Seahawks fans to watch. Lumen Field, the 12th man, trying to get involved, trying to help make a difference in this game, but it doesn't matter what they do because the Seahawks, they're not responding. This is a good scouting report we're getting. Buffalo Bills better be watching this game. Sean McDermott better be watching this game, learning from what Kyle Shanahan is doing, putting a beat down on Seattle. If you can replicate this game plan against the Seahawks, then you can beat the Seahawks. All you got to do is eliminate Kenneth Walker Jr. and Zach Charbonnet from being a threat out of the backfield. You got to get some pressure on Geno Smith and force him to try running the football. You got to really force Geno Smith to improvise, because when you do that, that's when he doesn't play at his best. Seahawks defense has had no answer for this spread offense of San Francisco. They're just finding so many different targets. This is a big return from the Seahawks. He could go all the way. Oh, Shenault trying to make up for it. He does. Touchdown. So a response from the Seattle Seahawks. Just as I was talking bad on them, the Seattle Seahawks with a return for a touchdown. All the way. What a play. The Seattle Seahawks special teams. Shenault fumbled the ball earlier in this game. He fumbled it on a return, and that caused San Francisco to get a free 3 points. But now he gets 6 points of his own. What a play. What a play on that return. And now the point after attempt is coming up. You know what that means? That means we have the touchdown right here. Touchdown sign deserved from Shenault. And the point after is up. And it is good. Not giving me much time. Wow. Just like that. Got to adjust the scoreboard once again. So 23-10. That was a return and a half. And that's the new dynamic return right there. So really great blocking from the Seattle Seahawks. And Shenault, he broke a tackle, forced a man to miss, and he could not be caught up with. He was gone. They almost caught up to him, but he found his way across the plane and into the end zone. Lumen Field, the 12th man, has to be excited after that one. What a play. He did go all the way on that one. Absolutely crazy. Dynamic return. And I don't think we've seen that on primetime television yet this season, but that's that dynamic return that we've been hearing about all offseason. I know we're in week 5, but we haven't seen too many of those returns yet. That's exciting to see. That is exciting. And the San Francisco 49ers now have their lead cut down to just 2 possessions after that. Big return. We're counting the Seahawks out for a second, but that return has the opportunity to change the game. Shenault is on the bench. He's trying to catch his breath. Now San Francisco has an opportunity to do one of their own. Let's see if they're able to replicate that effort. Could you imagine back-to-back kick return touchdowns? If that happens, and I just said that, I'm buying a lottery ticket. Myers, the kick is up. This one's going to be returned. Here we go. Deebo Samuel on the return. He takes it to the 31-yard line. It is not going to be a lottery ticket buying night for me. Okay. Still, that was a crazy play. Wow. Shenault made up for that mistake earlier in the game. You like to see that. Players owning up, making up for their mistakes. That's accountability right there. And that's a big play to give his team a boost in this game. I'm sure that shifts some momentum. We'll see if San Francisco's offense can stay poised, which I'm sure they will. But Seattle, Can their defense feed off of that energy? 12th man, I know they're loud. Brock Purdy under pressure. He finds Taylor Jr. Taylor Jr. Wow. He just bowled over Tyrell Dodson Jr., the former Buffalo Bill linebacker. How many minutes left in the third quarter? We're on a replay. 1 second. 1 second. Well, we have 9 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the third quarter. So there's a lot of time to be played still. A lot of time to be played in this game. It's just a matter of, can the Seahawks come up with the necessary stops in this game when we know that San Francisco is running the ball, playing that keep-away style of football. It's another run here, gain of 2 or 3 from Garendo. If Seattle can come up with those stops, you have Chanel on the sideline. He has an oxygen tank. He's trying to catch his breath after that touchdown return. I don't think the average person trying to make that return, it would be crazy to watch, honestly. It's an impressive thing to run that fast, that long, that far. I could run that far. I don't know if I could run past all those guys. Probably not. Oh, Brock Purdy finds Brandon Ayuk for a first down and more, but there are flags down on the field. You see Ricky Pearsall on the sidelines getting fired up, but he's not activated yet. Holding against the offense, it's coming back. So Ricky Pearsall got fired up for nothing. This hold is against the center, Brendel. Center's a hard position to play. I always found it was the easiest of the offensive line positions to play, but it's still a really hard position. You got to account for a lot of different things, a lot of different blitzes, zone coverage. You got to figure out what the coverage is. You got to snap the ball and get up right away. But hardest is definitely tackle. Anyways, 2nd and 18 coming up. It's a long 2nd and 18 for the San Francisco 49ers at their own 35-yard line. Brock Purdy going to do some play action here. He's under pressure. He's scrambling out to his left. He stops. He finds a man, and that is Jawan Jennings, only going to go for a gain of 4 on the play. Jennings, obviously, if you remember back to the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs, he had one breakout game, and if San Francisco was able to hold on to that lead in that game, he likely would have been the Super Bowl MVP. But we all know that it didn't end up that way. Nope, Mahomes and the Chiefs won back-to-back, and right now they're 5-0 on their journey for a three-peat. 3rd and 16 coming up for the San Francisco 49ers offense. Looks like they're reviewing this play. Yeah, no, that's not a catch from Jennings. Not a catch from Jennings. That was clearly out. So it's 3rd and 18 now. Incompletion. He tried fooling us all, but the refs weren't fooled. And you're not getting that one past the replays with how many cameras they have at an NFL game. 3rd and 18 on Thursday Night Football. Brock Purdy scanning the field. He's going to Deebo Samuel on the screen. Deebo Samuel. He's bowling forward. He's not going to get enough for the first down. He makes it 4th down and 5. 4th down and manageable, but they're still likely to punt the ball here. With a 13-point lead, why risk anything? Punt the ball away. This is not Madden. You're going to punt the ball. Give San Francisco possession. Or give Seattle possession, that is. Wishnowski on the punt. Wishnowski's punt. It is up. And it is brought. Nope, he doesn't catch it. He elects not to. And that works out perfectly. A coughing corner kick for the 49ers. Pins the Seahawks back at their own 5-yard line. And they're showing a little, what is that? A mural of Geno Smith by the looks of it. in Seattle. The Seattle Seahawks fans love their Seahawks. I'm excited to go to Seattle. Check out Lumen Field. Heard it's a beautiful city along the coast. Maybe see some orcas. A lot to be excited about. They say West Coast is the best coast. I've had nothing but good experiences out on the West Coast in San Francisco, Los Angeles. But now I get to go up to the Northwest. Check out Seattle. It's going to be fun. Seattle Bills backers. I know that they're going to be rowdy. Fans Buffalo. It's going to be great. Do a little takeover of Seattle. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Bills fans in attendance for that one, as there always is, because Bills Mafia, you always show up. Even if the Bills don't show up for the game, Bills Mafia is going to. If you haven't yet, click subscribe. Share this video. Tell a friend to tell a friend to join. If you click like, it helps out in a big time way. And if you're new here, clicking subscribe will help me reach my goal. My next goal, I'm always setting new goals. My next goal is to reach 7K subscribers. I'm getting close, closing in. Let's try to get there before I go to Seattle. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're now over 2 hours live. Probably another hour and 15 minutes. Don't go to bed on me. We're not going to want to finish. We're not going to want to see. You're not going to want to miss the end of this game. That's what I'm trying to say. 23-10. San Francisco leads. And if you're on the West Coast watching this, you have no excuse to click off this video. If you're on the West Coast, still pretty early. Right now it's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that would make it 7 o'clock if you're watching in Vancouver. So, yeah, it's nice and early for y'all. Nick Bosa has been a disruptor all game long. He's been probably the biggest problem for this Seattle Seahawks offense. The offensive line has not been able to stop Nick Bosa. Really slowing him down even has been an issue. Like, Nick Bosa is getting to the quarterback before Seattle, their offensive line even moves. And we got Steph with the super sticker. We've got multiple super stickers in this chat today. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I appreciate everyone who's tuned in here today. These super stickers help me out with the channel in a big time way. Help me in, my expenses in making improvements to the channel with equipment and bringing you the best content. So thank you. It's always appreciated. Much love, Steph. Thank you very much. We're now 1st and 10 for Seattle after they get the first down. They're inside their own 20-yard line with 6:35 to go in the third quarter. It's a handoff to Kenneth Walker, and this is what I've been saying all game long. They run it on 1st and 10. It's so predictable. Kenneth Walker gets taken down once again. So, nothing going there for Kenneth Walker. 2nd and 8 for the Seattle Seahawks offense. Nick Bosa looks like a scary, scary human being. Oh my goodness. 2nd down and 8 from their own 20-yard line. It is a play action pass. Geno Smith trying to scramble to his right. He throws this one out of bounds, but his receiver almost came out with it. Sock Unlock OG says, I picked Seattle at +3.5, and you could have a backdoor cover. It's not out of the question. It's just not looking very good right now, to be honest. We shall see. For me, in this game, I did a little same game parlay. Let's check out. I'll show you my action. Let me pull up what I did. Seattle +3.5. Okay, we'll go to this on commercial break. 3rd and 8 coming up for Seattle. Can the Seahawks extend this drive and keep it alive? 2-1. The play clock, it hit 0, but they got the playoff. Geno Smith looking deep. It is brought in by Tyler Lockett, and they flip the field going into the San Francisco 40-yard line. Big play. Big game for the Seattle Seahawks. And your backdoor cover just gained some momentum potentially. We'll see. Geno Smith was under pressure. Actually, he had a pretty clean pocket there. That's the first time in a long time tonight. Charbonnet on the run. gains 3 or 4 yards, pulls forward, falls forward. That's something that running backs are taught to do at a young age. Fall forward. Don't fall backwards. You got to extend that ball. Extend those arms. Just don't get it punched out. Tyler Lockett's been doing it for years, and that was one heck of a play. He's such a little receiver, but he's shifty, he's quick, he's fast. Geno Smith finds Noah Fant on a screen. Big Noah Fant, number 87, the tight end, gets enough for a first down. So the Seahawks are moving the ball, and they're doing it effectively with 4:40 to go. In the third quarter, looking to put up some points. Every opportunity they get, they need to capitalize on. First and 10 for Seattle. The Seahawks have Kenneth Walker in the backfield. He moved in from being lined up outside. It's play action. Geno Smith. It's a play action screen pass to Kenneth Walker, trying to get their running back involved finally in the right way. As he gains 9 yards on the screen pass, bringing up second and short. Second and 1. Second and 2, that is. Second and 2. Smith hands it off to Kenneth Walker, and once they get him involved, he gets swallowed up for a loss again. So Kenneth Walker's had a tough night on the ground. Maybe getting him involved in the passing attack is the only way to do it at this point. When they run the ball with Kenneth Walker, it's really not unpredictable. It's not unpredictable at all. I can see it coming. San Francisco definitely can see it coming. 3rd and 3. It's an empty backfield. Geno Smith, the lone man there. He finds DK Metcalf for a gain of 5 and a first down. So Seattle's drive continues, staying alive. DK Metcalf, first down. And now it's a handoff to Kenneth Walker. This time it worked. It worked for the handoff. It gained 7. I got excited because I have not seen a good run from Kenneth Walker in this game. At least not very many of them. 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2 from inside the 5-yard line. Kenneth Walker again. This time, he might have got it. Did he get it? It looks like he was stopped just short of the end zone. Stopped at the half-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal. Wow, they're bringing him down by his knees. Now it's Geno Smith on the QB sneak. And no, he was not even close on that one. San Francisco, their defensive line is ferocious. I don't know why you'd even attempt that. You're just getting bullied by San Francisco's defensive line all game long. It looks like a Seattle player's puking on the sideline. Why'd they show that? Okay, now we got 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal. One, two, three. It's a touchdown for the Seattle Seahawks. Kenneth Walker runs it in right down the middle. Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seattle. The Seattle Seahawks are gaining momentum ever since Chanel took it back. There it is. They've brought this thing back to within 1 score. They were down 23-3 at one point, and now they're surging. The Seahawks, Kaka flying back, back into this game. The point after attempt coming up from Myers. Myers, the point after, it is up and it is good. So, how the tides have turned, right? This is something that we've seen from San Francisco on multiple occasions. I talked about this at halftime. We've seen San Francisco take some big leads in games just to fall short. Now, can they hold on to this lead and continue, win the game against Seattle? They've won their last 5 games against Seattle, dating back to a few seasons ago. But now, Tides have really turned in this game, up just by 1 score, 23-17. I mean, the Seahawks have all the momentum on their side. And if Seattle can get a stop, force the 49ers to make some mistakes, then they could potentially come out with a win. And we could be talking about a whole different outcome, a whole different outlook in that NFC West Division. Right now you have the 3-2 Seattle Seahawks, but it could be 4-2. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves at this point in time. Still football to play. A lot of things can change. Seahawks are still down, but they appear to have all the momentum on their side. But that's it. Big Mo is a big thing in football. But we saw this in the Bills game against the Houston Texans. Big Mo isn't everything. Big Mo is not everything. All you need is 1 point to win the game. And right now, Seattle does not have the advantage. They still need to come up with some plays in this comeback effort. And I've been impressed from them in this second half, though. They're doing all the right things. Now changing the score to 23-17. So let's get to that comment from earlier. Stock Unlock OG picked Seattle at plus 3.5 points. For those of you who don't know what that means, 3.5 points on the spread as an underdog, meaning Seattle can't lose by 4 or more for him to cash his bet. Now, this line had shifted to plus 4 right before the closing value, right before kickoff on some sports books. 3.5 is a pretty good number to get Seattle at. But that's a key number, obviously. 3 as a field goal. So even if San Francisco won by just a field goal, this bet would cash. We shall see if this covers or not. I'll tell you what my action for this game is. I'm feeling pretty good about it, and it might have already hit. I'm going to check it out. Give me a second. I'll let you know what it is. Let me pull out my handy app. My tracker. They're showing the moon in Seattle. Looks absolutely stunning. Okay. So for me, yes, I hit my bet already. So I had over 36.5 alternate points. George Kittle, 25-plus yards, and Jackson Smith-Njigba, 25-plus yards. Isn't that thrilling? Played it as safe as I could. Nothing's safe in the sports betting world. I do not support sports betting for everybody. You should be responsible. But if a commenter wants to talk about it, I'm more than happy to discuss it. Okay, so the Seattle Seahawks, their defense needs to come up with a stop here. Can they come up with a stop and potentially get a win in this game? We are about to find out. 1st and 10 for the San Francisco 49ers. It's Brock Purdy on play action. Purdy looking for Ayuk, and it is incomplete. Andrew, good to see you here. Let's go, Andrew. Let's go. Click that like button. I know you will. You're always here. Andrew says 14 likes. Let's get that to 15, 20, and more. We're closing in on what's going to be a great finish in this divisional matchup. Let's go. Let's go, Nancy. That's good for you. I respect that. I respect that. That is a good thing. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. 2nd and 10. You have motion in the backfield. Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is so poised in the pocket. He finds Kyle Juszczyk, but he's stopped short at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 3rd down and long. 3rd down and long coming up. So the Seattle Seahawks are now in a great position here. Boy, oh boy. Can the Seattle Seahawks force a stop here on 3rd and 10, force a punt. We're about to find out. That 12th man is loud, and it is showing up. You can hear it at Lumen Field. I have my volume very low, so I can still hear it. The safety blitzed. They find Juwan Jennings. Juwan Jennings tackled short by Love, short of the first down line to gain. And now the Seahawks are going to get possession of the football on the other side of this commercial break coming up. That's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter, assuming San Francisco just lets the play clock run out. Because why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? End of the third quarter, 4th and 3. I would not anticipate a fake punt because that would not make sense. No DeMar Hamlin fake punts on this play. Just going to be a simple punt, and we'll see if Seattle likes to return it. If it's a coffin corner punt, this is a big play. Can flip field position. Could put Seattle in a great position to capitalize on the momentum shift, or San Francisco can try to turn things over with a big special teams play. We're setting up for a big finish. We really are. Fourth quarter here. Coming up. It is just a 6-point game. San Francisco leads 23-17. They had all the momentum. Really, Seattle's come alive here. It's been really impressive to see. The Seattle Seahawks offense, defense, everything has stepped up in this back half. It's really been impressive. Now, if you haven't yet, click like, and hey, share this video. Tell your friends to join. Tell your family to join. We need more people on here. The more people we got on here, the more lively the chat room is. I love seeing all the same faces on here. We can get more the merrier. Let's go. Let's do this. I'm excited for Monday Night Football, by the way. Monday Night Football, we're going to be doing this, just like this. We're going to be doing a live reaction to the Bills-Jets Monday Night Football game. That's going to be a good one. Bills got to get a win. That injury report is lengthy. It's not good. Hopefully we get some of those guys back. The biggest concern for me is James Cook. Biggest optimistic thing for me is seeing Khalil Shakir limited in practice, and then seeing some positive news on the Taron Johnson front that he is a full participant in practice now. But we will see. We will see if those guys make their return, given the fact that Taron Johnson was active in practice. I'm assuming that I'm not going to assume anything, but I'm going to say that it's trending in the right direction for sure. 6-point game. Third quarter has been completed, and all the momentum has shifted in Seattle's favor. We'll see if their offense can take advantage. Their special teams need to come up with a big return first. There's the Space Needle. The Space Needle in Seattle. I can't wait to see that thing in a few weeks. It's going to be a great time with Bills Mafia. Always is. Wisnowski's punt. It is up. And it is going to be taken in right around the 20-yard line. But there's going to be a flag. That's going to be a flag against San Francisco. Flag. That was going to be a fair catch for Seattle. But that initiated contact. There was contact from Conley. Let's see. Let's see. Flag's down, but are they going to actually call it? He ran into the returner, but he might have been pushed. We're going to see what the referees determine. This is a big call. Big call looming here. No foul. No foul. They're saying that the 49ers player was pushed into the Seahawks returner. So the ball is down there. No flag on the play. And Seattle, the crowd, the 12th man crowd, they are booing. They're letting the referees hear it. Here we go. What now? Some whistles blew. Not sure what for. Not too sure what for. We will see. Okay, so a challenge from the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers challenging this play, trying to see that they have possession. Was the ball touched first by Seattle? And if it was, this is going to be a San Francisco ball. Okay, this could be huge. I need to see a better replay than that. I'm going to rewind this for a second, see if I can get a quick look at this. Is there anything that I see that tells me that this is going to be San Francisco football? San Francisco football, yes or no? So I see he's pushed into him, yep. The ball might have hit him. The ball might have hit the Seattle player, and if it did, San Francisco is going to take over in great field position. We're going to find out. Let's go back live to the game, and it's commercial break now. So we'll find out on the other side of this commercial break. But if San Francisco gets this ball, this is a big turn of events, and oh boy, that's huge. If so, that is huge. That's just a big miscue for Seattle if that turns out to be that way. If San Francisco takes over, this right here is a big call. Wow. We need to see this, that's for sure. The anticipation is building. Click that like button if you haven't yet. Click that like button. This is a crazy call we're about to get. This could really decide the outcome of the game. Like, I know it's still early in the fourth quarter, but if Seattle doesn't get this ball and San Francisco takes a 2-point lead because they get possession of football inside of Seattle territory, then that can really prove to be a difference maker in this game for sure. No doubt about it. About to find out. This is a long commercial break, so they're clearly taking a look at this thing. They are taking a deep look at this. Okay, the ruling on the field stands as called, so Seattle maintains possession of the ball. And if they didn't, I think Seattle fans might have rioted, because that thing was... Oh, he touched it. He touched it. Yo, he touched that. He touched that. That's not the right call. That's not the right call. Seattle got lucky. He totally touched that thing. Oh. He touched that. San Francisco, Shanahan must be livid right now because that's the wrong call even after the review. What? How does that happen? Okay. Whatever. Seattle's ball, 2nd and 6. They're so lucky. Geno Smith hands it off to Charbonnet on a draw, and he has some open field. Open field for Charbonnet. He gains about 7 or 8 yards. First down for Seattle, moving the chains. Wow. They got bailed out there. I don't know how that one was missed at all. Down by 6 points, the Seattle Seahawks trying to formulate a plot to get down the field, put up some points, and make this game turn the tides completely, take a lead. They're on their own 29-yard line right now. Geno Smith, it's going to be some play action And he's just going to spike this into the ground. That's going to be intentional grounding against Geno Smith. Really not a smart call. Really not a smart play from Geno Smith. He was inside of that. I don't know why he did that. That was a bad, ill-advised thing to do. Yeah, that's not a good penalty to take if you're Geno Smith. Lazy. Okay, that's not what it was. That's not what it was. I thought that's what it was. It was ineligible man downfield, and the penalty was declined anyways. I thought that was going to be a flag against Geno Smith, but it turned out not to be. Okay, because he was outside of that box, so. All right, 2nd down and 10 now. 2nd down and 10 in a 6-point game from their own 30-yard line. Charbonnet on the handoff, and he is stopped. No gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Seattle offense. They need something. They need something. Now they're going to really need to come up with something in the playbook. They're not going to the huddle, though. They're going to hurry up offense, trying to catch San Francisco's offense off guard. Calling for an audible. Geno Smith trying to lead the charge here. You have Smith-Njigba moving over to the other side, completely changing the plays, changing the routes for his receivers. Geno Smith moving up in the pocket. Bosa almost stripped him of the ball, and Geno Smith just can't get rid of this thing, avoiding the sack. Now it's going to be 4th and 10, and they're going to have to punt with just over 12 minutes to go. 12:46 to go in the 4th quarter. Seattle unable to take advantage there. And that old momentum I talked about is starting to leave their side. And Bosa almost ripped that ball right out of his hands. It's impressive that Geno Smith could even hold on to that. Bosa has been a problem all night long, a disruptor. He is such a problem. Huge man, scary guy. I would not want to be a quarterback playing against him. This punt taken in at the 12-yard line, and Williams touches him down. So the Seahawks with a big punt flipping the field position. Great play for Seattle on special teams there. And a beautiful shot of Seattle. The harbor looking great. They got that old sticky gum wall. They've got the original Starbucks, the Space Needle, and a wonderful Lumen Field. How about the Seattle Kraken? Seattle. I'm excited. Excited to go to Seattle out west 2 weeks from now. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for that content coming your way, because I'm going to be reacting live from the game at Lumen Field between the Buffalo Bills and, of course, the Seattle Seahawks. It's all going to happen in 2 weeks' time. Week 8. A Week 8 matchup. It's scheduled for 4 p.m., 4:25 p.m., I believe, Eastern Standard Time. But obviously, Seattle's not in the Eastern Standard Time zone. It's in Pacific. So a couple hours back, their local time. But local time for those in the Eastern Standard Time, it's going to be 4 o'clock game in that window right there. So stay tuned for that video. And so much that's going to be coming your way from Seattle. I still have some content to come your way from Houston. I released my Dallas Cowboys Stadium Tour video earlier today, and I wore a hat that says Cowboys Suck on their star. Right on the Dallas Cowboys star on midfield. If that doesn't deserve a check, you got to check that video. I don't know what does if you don't check that out, but you should definitely check it out. I would recommend it. We are approaching 2.5 hours on a live stream. Once again, and this 4th quarter, it's moving at a pretty slow pace right now. A lot of commercial breaks. But we're closing in on a big finish here. It's going to be a big finish. A race to the finish line between NFC West Division rivals, San Francisco and Seattle, in a game that carries a lot of weight. Joey Prod says Bills on top. It's impossible for the Bills to be on top tonight, but I'm always going to share this comment when you say it. Bills on top. We love our Bills on this channel. But tonight, only one NFC West team can come out on top in this game. They're showing members of the 12th man. The 12th man fan base in Seattle, known for being a great one. It's going to be a clash between Bills Mafia and 12th man soon. I'm excited for it. Here we go. 1st and 10 from their own 12-yard line. They're backed up. You have Deebo Samuel in the backfield. There's a flag. That's going to be a legal formation. You had too much movement going on in the backfield. This one's coming back. They're going to have to get more organized on offense. Kyle Shanahan trying to do too much with his offensive scheme there. Five-yard penalty against the San Francisco 49ers. You had Kittle move. You had the other tight end move. Moving in at the same time. Not good. Not good if you're the 49ers. So now that gives 12th man more reason to get back into it. 1st and 15. 5 penalties for 35 yards if you're the 49ers. 3 for 28 yards if you're the Seattle Seahawks. Purdy on 1st and 15. He's under pressure, but he finds that fullback Kyle Juszczyk, and he's hard to take down. He takes it all the way down to the 20. It's going to be 2nd and about 3, maybe 2 yards to gain. Brock Purdy staying poised in the pocket, even though he's standing on his own goal line, could get tackled for a safety. Doesn't matter. He stays in there. Mr. Irrelevant is looking very relevant nowadays. 2nd and 2 for the 49ers. They got a 1st down here. That could be deflating for that 12th man I've been talking about. And it's a handoff to Taylor Jr. They get that 1st down, moving the chains. Picking up a 1st down. And this is what they're probably going to do. I know they're only up by 6 points, but at this point, they're going to continue doing what they've been doing all game. Try to run the ball, run the clock down a bit, wear down the opposing defense. And speaking of doing that, you have a defensive player down on the field right now. So it's going to be an injury timeout. Probably take us to another commercial break, but we'll see. Hopefully he can get up. He's sitting up at least, so taking a break. Going to commercial. 11:21 to go in the 4th quarter. Wow. What a game we've got. Gives the defense a... that's an offensive lineman for San Francisco. That is my bad. But this gives the Seattle defense a couple minutes to catch their breath at the very least. We're going to see if the Seahawks can come up with a big defensive stop, get the ball, maybe create a turnover, because that momentum, it's starting to go in the way of the direction of the San Francisco 49ers. And their offense, if they put up points, can put this game out of reach by running the clock down, getting the ball all the way down the field. Like what we saw from the San Francisco 49ers on their opening possession of the game was a long drive all the way from inside their own 5-yard line, running the football and running the clock down. If San Francisco does that here in the 4th quarter, that'll probably drain the clock down to somewhere around 7 minutes, make it really hard for Seattle to get 2 possessions and 2 scores. So it's going to be hard for them if they can't get a stop here against the 49ers. 6-point game. Field goal makes it 9 points. Puts it out of reach on 1 possession. 23-17. It's going to be a good finish either way, that's for sure. That is for sure. Now, everybody, click that like button if you haven't. Click subscribe if you're new here. Share this video with your friends. Tell them to check out the Bills Bunker. Click subscribe. Helps out in a big way. We're trying to get to 7,000 subscribers, and we are closing in on doing so, accomplishing that goal. We're now 24 away from doing so. So Aaron Banks is down, and in comes Spencer Burford, the third-year offensive lineman, as his replacement guard. Okay, 11 minutes to go in the first quarter. Clock is running. You have Kittle in motion in the backfield, and it's a toss play to Deebo Samuel. But there's a flag. A flag is down. I think it's a pre-snap penalty. It's going to be a false start against the offense anyways. And not what you want to see if you're a San Francisco 49ers fan. Not at all. Deebo Samuel, he is holding his hand. He is in some pain. And it's for a play that didn't count. Deebo Samuel. Oh, no. Just holding his hand. He's snapping his hand. It's visible frustration and visible pain for Deebo Samuel. Wow, so it's a dead play, but works out to be a face mask anyways. Interesting. The refs probably should have blown that dead in the first place, but it works out to go against Seattle there. Deebo Samuel just trying to watch what happened to him. Don't know exactly what happened to him, but Deebo Samuel hurts. Dolphins fan in the chat says Bills suck. That's funny coming from a Dolphins fan. Anyways, we got 23-17. Dolphins beat the Patriots and they want to talk their talk. That's funny. So Deebo Samuel being injured is a big concern, especially if you're a 49ers fan. Maybe you play some fantasy sports games. Want to hope for the best for Deebo Samuel. He's had some injury struggles in the past. Looks like it's something to do with his hand. He's putting his glove back on. That's a good sign. He'll get back out there, I think. He'll be all right. Deebo Samuel, he's going to be fine. Okay, 1st and 10 now. We're back in action. San Francisco got some free yardage after the face mask. Probably shouldn't have been called. Third from the 37-yard line. Brock Purdy finds Brandon Ayuk, and he gets a good gain, flipping the field position. And it is now over into Seattle territory. Deebo Samuel's back out on the field for the 49ers as they're trying to salt this game away, seal the deal, run the clock down a little bit, put some points up. That's what the name of the game is if you're the 49ers with a 6-point lead right now. And if you're Seattle, you need to do everything you can to get possession of the ball, force a stop, force a turnover. Deebo Samuel in motion. And he gets stopped on the jet sweep. No yards on the game. No yards gained on that play. 49ers fan says, I wish Dak was my quarterback. That is crazy. I think Brock Purdy's done some solid stuff today. That's interesting coming from a 49ers fan, but nice to see you here, 49ers fan. If you haven't yet, click like, click subscribe on this video. I do this for every primetime game, and I'm going to be doing this for Monday Night Football, Bills, Jets. I'll also be going to Seattle into enemy territory in 2 weeks' time when the Bills take on the Seahawks. 2nd and 9. Kittle in motion. You have Brock Purdy finding Juszczyk, but it sails over the head of Kyle Juszczyk. And maybe that's why 49ers fan is saying, I wish Dak was my QB. Okay. Look at the weapons Purdy has compared to Dak. No, that's understandable. That is very understandable. Brock Purdy does have a lot of weapons. And if you're a 49ers fan saying you don't like Brock Purdy, a bit surprised by that. But that's everyone's own opinion, right? Dak Prescott, he's all right. CeeDee Lamb's a pretty sick weapon, but I'd take CeeDee Lamb over anyone on the 49ers offensive weapon list. But Brock Purdy, yeah, he does have a lot of great players around him. No doubt about that. And that defense, the defense for San Francisco is crazy. I know like the 49ers have had leads in some games and they've blown it. It's been a recurring theme here, like that Rams game, but they're really close to doing the same thing against Seattle here. They got to come up with a big first down on this play. We're going to see what happens for San Francisco. Seattle seeming to have all the momentum right now. It's shifted in this game, really, after that punt return from Chanel, or the kick return from Chanel went back all the way to the house. This was once a 23-3 game. Now it's 23-17. 3rd and 9, 9:38 to go from Seattle's 40-yard line. And really, at least need to gain 5 yards if you're the 49ers. Get a field goal. Brock Purdy threw an ill-advised pass. That was almost intercepted into double coverage. Really looking for Juwan Jennings, and it comes up incomplete. Now, if you're the 49ers, do you send on the kicker that you signed to your active roster on Tuesday, or do you punt the ball? I think you're probably going to punt the ball here. Juwan Jennings with his red hair, angry. Fourth and 9 brings on Wishnowski to punt, and he has an opportunity for a coffin corner punt. We'll see how it goes for San Francisco. The punt is up, and it is... Oh, it is a perfectly executed punt. Great special teams there. And that's what I'm talking about. Touchdown inside the 5, right around the 3-yard line. So now Seattle, they're going to have to try to drive all the way down the field to get some points here. Big play by the 49ers special teams unit. Their special teams trying to save the day as the momentum has gotten away from them here in the second half. We're now under 10 minutes left. Seattle desperate to get some points. And San Francisco, that type of play is huge. Huge for them in trying to put the Seattle Seahawks comeback effort to a halt. Seattle, they got to go down the field. They got to get 6 points, ideally. Do it as fast as they can. But if they're getting 6 points, they can take time off the clock, do what they need to do. Really, if you're Seattle, you just need points at this point in time. You need to score 6 points. Field goal doesn't do you much good, depending on the time left. If you can get a field goal, do it in a few minutes, that'll help your cause, but it's not good enough. Seahawks need to get a touchdown to win the game. Give themselves an opportunity to win the game. We're closing in on what's going to be a great finish. Over 2 hours and 40 minutes live. So if you haven't yet, click like. And if you're new here, click the subscribe button. Closing in on 7,000 subscribers. We're watching the Seattle Seahawks against the San Francisco 49ers. Thursday night football in Seattle. And like I've mentioned, 2 weeks from now, I'll be in Seattle at Lumen Field for the Bills game against them. Getting a bit of a scouting report tonight. I think the Bills have an opportunity to get a win based off what I'm seeing, but we'll see. We'll see, because Seattle, they're having a good second half here. That is for sure. San Francisco, I think this second half is more about San Francisco giving it away than Seattle coming back. Honestly. And that's no shot at the Seahawks, but the 49ers just are not playing like themselves right now. They had everything going for them in the first half. And we're back to showing that punt that was touched by the Seahawks guy, but they retained possession anyways. 1st and 10, locked inside their own 3-yard line. Geno Smith in his end zone, passing out to Kenneth Walker, getting his running back involved in the passing game. Gain of about 4 yards for the Seahawks. Clock continues to run down. And George Kittle is heading back to the locker room. Please be okay. That is my fantasy tight end. Come on. I hope he's okay for his personal health, but for my fantasy team as well. 2nd and 4. Under 9 minutes to go. Geno Smith finds Tyler Lockett, all reliable, for a first down on a screen play. Screen pass to Tyler Lockett on the left side. It works for a first down, and the clock continues to tick. We're under 9 minutes as the Seahawks in hurry-up offense. They need points, and they need them desperately right now. Geno Smith finds DK Metcalf. First down, continuing to move the chains. Now to 8 minutes. Right around 8 minutes. 8:20 in the first quarter. The big moments, big-time players make big-time plays. Who will step up? Geno Smith finds DK Metcalf again. The big man runs out of bounds after a gain of about 4. Flag on the field. Who's it going to be? And that's not a good penalty to take if you're the Seattle Seahawks. You're getting the momentum, and your tight end takes a holding call. So it's the rookie Barner holding on the screen pass, trying to block for DK Metcalf. Not what you want to do there. Putting your team in a bad situation after getting a good gain, gaining some momentum. Now it brings up first down and 18. Really long to go for the Seahawks. Here we go. From the 15-yard line. Their own 15-yard line, that is. Under 8 minutes, the clock is ticking. Seattle trying to come back. Geno Smith, he's under pressure. Smith throws an interception. It is intercepted, and he's running, trying to return it back. Gets it inside the 15-yard line. And that is a huge interception for the San Francisco 49ers. Geno Smith throws his second pick of the game. The 49ers, bang, bang, Niner gang, trying to seal this game in Seattle. The Seahawks are in disbelief right now. Geno Smith, I don't know where he was looking. 1st and 18. He had better options than that, that's for sure. Tried throwing it to DK Metcalf. Green with great coverage, steps right in front of DK Metcalf, and that is great coverage. He goes back on the return as well, adding insult to injury. And that could be the final dagger in this game. Steph says, love the play-by-play. Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. If you haven't yet, click that like button. Click subscribe. DK Metcalf, not ideal for the Seahawks. Now you get George Kittle back. That's good for the 49ers or my fantasy team. Taylor gets a handoff to the right side. And he's going to stay in bounds, tackled after a gain of 5. So San Francisco just took the momentum back, ripping it out of the hearts of the Seattle Seahawks faithful. Geno Smith smashing his head with a tablet. I'm not sure if that's the best thing to do. Maybe that's a way to get put into concussion protocol, but either way, I've never seen someone smash their heads with a tablet, headbutting it, but it's all right. Here we go, handoff to Taylor Jr., no gain on the play. So Seattle trying to limit the damage and force San Francisco to take 3 points here, but even if they do that, it's going to be a 2-possession game. 3rd and 4. 6:40 to go in the fourth quarter. The Seattle coach is livid. McDonald, he's livid on the sideline. That is just a horrible mistake from Geno Smith. So many weapons here for San Francisco. Brock Purdy, he chooses to go to George Kittle. My fantasy guy is back. Let's go. That's his second touchdown of the game for the tight end. Big old number 85. And Geno Smith on the bench knows that he might have just sealed the deal for his team's comeback effort. George Kittle is a dog. 2 touchdowns, not 1 but 2 for the tight end. Brock Purdy, he has so many options to pick from, and George Kittle has been a touchdown-eating machine this season. Right into double coverage, it doesn't matter because George Kittle is that dude. 49ers are going to go for a 2-point conversion now after the touchdown, trying to add to their lead even more. It's 29-17 right now. Brock Purdy looking end zone for Kittle, incomplete. Why not go back to Kittle? Go back to the well. It's working. It ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But there's a flag down. Oh, that hurts for Seattle. They take an offside, so San Francisco gets to do it all over again after the touchdown. 2-point conversion, taking a flag. Here we go again. Will they add to their lead and make it 31-17? We're about to see. Taylor is stopped short. No good on the 2-point conversion, so it is 29-17 for the San Francisco 49ers. So what a turn of events. George Kittle, 2 touchdowns in this game. Green comes up with interception. Juszczyk and Kittle jumping into the crowd to what I presume to be their partners. Big turn of events for San Francisco 49ers. A game that it looked like was slipping them has gone right back into their hands. And no pun intended, but maybe pun intended, it sailed right into their hands after Geno Smith passed it right back to them. Now 6:20 left for the Seahawks to try to mount some sort of comeback effort in this game. And it might all be for nothing. Seattle was down 23-3 at one point. Really, they shot themselves in the foot early on in this game, and now all hope might be lost. They can get touchdowns, they can score points all they want, but is it going to be enough? That's a big question to ask themselves. It's a big question we have to ask. I don't think it's going to be enough no matter what they do. Maybe they get a Hail Mary or something. They need to get a touchdown. They need to get interception. They need to force a fumble, and they need to get a touchdown really quickly, force turnover, and then do it all over again in the matter of 6 minutes against the San Francisco offense, who has so many weapons to choose from. I'm just not sure that it's feasible. Kevin Garnett once said that anything is possible. So don't go away just yet, because we've been here for almost 3 hours now. And we're going to go all the way to the end of this game. 2 hours, 53 minutes live. Touchdown for George Kittle. He's helping my fantasy team eat. I'm loving it. How many fantasy points does he have? Let's check it out. I'm going to check this. I need to know. George Kittle, where you at, big dog? George Kittle. Oh, yeah. George Kittle, 20 fantasy points. Big dog is eating in this game. Give him more. Why not? Give him more. And we're looking at girlfriends of players, I think, and they're not named Taylor Swift. Isn't that ironic? It's something you don't see very often. Okay, it's actually a nice thing to see. It's refreshing. Okay, Seattle on the kick return. Here we go. Can they do it again? Can the magic happen again? Maybe. No, it is not going to happen again. Taken down at the 30. So, 29-17. You've got a 12-point deficit. Just over 6 minutes to go. And you got to go against Nick Bosa in obvious passing situations. So what you want to watch for here is that matchup that you're seeing on your replay screen right now. Big 97. He's going to come with the heat. Right there, 97. He's going to come in with the heat at the top of your screen on the defensive line. Smith finds Kenneth Walker in the passing game, but that's not going to be enough. You gotta try to force the ball down the field. If you were going to do these little dink and dunk passes, the time to do that was when you were down by just one score. Not forcing the ball into double coverage then. Really, what the Seahawks just did is backwards. Geno Smith. Let's see if he can manage to make this game interesting. Down by 12. Geno Smith finds Noah Fant, the tight end, and that's a gain of 14, maybe 13. Doesn't matter. It's good enough for a first down. 5:27 to go. Got to hurry up if you're the Seahawks. Show some tenacity. Let's go. Come on. Show some life. If you want to win this game, you got to be better than this. Geno Smith is trying to stay poised. Geno Smith throws it to Jackson Smith-Njigba, another one of my fantasy guys, but not going to go for much of a gain. Good enough to get out of bounds and stop the clock. No, he did not get out of bounds. So the clock keeps running. Again, these checkdowns aren't going to be enough for the Seahawks because, like I said, they have 3 timeouts, which is helpful, but they need to get a touchdown, and then they need to get a stop or a turnover, like, immediately. There's Bosa. That's the guy I'm talking about coming up off the edge. He's been a problem all game long, just pressuring Geno Smith nonstop. He is a bad man. A bad man. He's huge. I couldn't imagine being a quarterback. Watch this on the replay. 97. He gets on. He's so fast and he's so strong. He gets up. He's already running full speed before the offensive lineman even gets out of his stance. It's crazy. All right, here we go. Geno Smith in the pocket, and it is collapsing. He's looking deep for DK Metcalf. He's got it. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Seattle. But it might be all for nothing. There's a flag down, and this might be a flag. This might be a hold. Oh, that is a dagger for the Seahawks. DK Metcalf can't believe it. Illegal shift, a pre-snap penalty against the Seahawks. The little things coming back to bite Seattle. They executed perfectly. DK Metcalf being a dog that he is. But watch here, just illegal formation, costly mistake. So take those 7 points off the board, those 6 points off the board. Brings up 3rd and 10 now. Seattle. Geno Smith finds his receiver fighting for the first down. That is Bobo. Yes, his name is Bobo. I'm serious. Jake Bobo. Jake. Let's go, Jake. 1st and 10. Now in San Francisco territory, Seattle, it's Geno Smith back to Jake Bobo. That's such a fun name to say. Let's go, Bobo. 4:10 to go in the quarter. In the final quarter, 4:10 to go. 2nd and 3 for Seattle. Jake Bobo with back-to-back receptions. Jake Bobo coming out of nowhere. Geno Smith trying to stay poised. Let's see what he can do. Geno Smith with a quick pass to JSN, and it's fumbled. And the big man gets down on the ball. The big man recovers. It's a mess for the Seattle Seahawks everywhere. When something goes good, it just goes poorly right after. It's sad to watch. Steph says, go Bills. Yes, go Bills. JSN quite literally had that ball punched out by Warner, one of the best defensive players in the game. 3rd and 2 now. False start against the offense. So clear, so obvious. The Seattle Seahawks are just cooking themselves, really. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7 now. Shooting themselves in the foot. That was the story of the game in the first quarter, first half for Seattle. They were down 23-3 at one point. Mounted a comeback effort, and now here we go. It's the same story here in the fourth quarter. Just shooting themselves in the foot with mistakes. 3rd and 7. Doesn't matter at this point. You got to go for it on 3rd and 7, 4th and whatever. It's going to be a screen pass to Kenneth Walker, and it is effective enough to get the first down, but the clock is ticking. Tick, tick, tick. Every second eats away. It's closer to a 49ers win and them being at the top of the division. 3:20 away from San Francisco earning their 6th straight win against Seattle, which means it's been quite a few years since Seattle's got a win against the Niners. It's a first down for Tyler Lockett on the reception. And this is going to be a flag, I think, against San Francisco. We'll see. We'll see how they determine this. Kenneth Walker was wide open. Geno Smith missed that. Wow. Okay, 3 minutes now. Under 3 minutes. Geno Smith. They're taking too much time, but they still have all 3 timeouts. If they can score before the 2-minute warning, they might have a chance. Maybe. We will see. Here we go. 2:35 to go in the fourth quarter. Clock is ticking. Geno Smith. It's another short pass to Kenneth Walker. Kenneth, you got to get out of bounds. He's not getting out of bounds. Not good enough to get out of bounds, and the clock continues to tick, tick, tick. It's running down. You got to get the play off. Brock Purdy watching, saying, hey, I'm happy with this. Maybe a little bit nervous, but he's feeling comfortable in his defense. He's feeling confident. Now, we've got Geno Smith. Final play before the 2-minute warning. It was dropped by Tyler Lockett in the end zone. Dropped. So that's a stoppage. Their final stoppage that they'll get without an incompletion, an out-of-bounds play, or a timeout. 2-minute warning, probably going to commercial. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Not sure what they've got on the lineup for the broadcast, but either way, I've got you covered with content. Geno Smith is taking his sweet, sweet time getting down the field here. Down by 12 points. It's tough. Stock Unlock OG had the Seahawks at plus 3.5 on the spread. I remember that from earlier in the game, and I'm sure he's not too happy right now. He was feeling probably pretty confident at one point. But right now, not looking too good. It's possible. It's possible still. If Seattle can manage to get a touchdown here, they still have the 3 timeouts. So basically right now, they have 3 plays, and they're going to pass on each and every one of them. If you're the Seattle Seahawks, the worst scenario that you have is getting tackled inbounds and having the clock run. You got to go for out of bounds, end zone. I'm going for end zone. Here we go. Geno Smith going for end zone. JSN, that pass was out of bounds. Not good enough. Coverage, excellent on the play. So, see, now you have 2 plays left to get into the end zone. Down by 12 points. Field goals mean nothing. It's touchdown or nothing in this game. And you don't want to dink and dunk too much, but maybe go to Kenneth Walker because he's been able to make things happen. Oh, Leonard Floyd, the former Bill, getting the pressure. DK Metcalf, it's incomplete. This offensive line has looked pathetic in this game, but the 49ers pass rush is ferocious. So can't really blame them. Yeah, they really didn't move at all on that play. Like they just got the 49ers are getting to the quarterback before the Seahawks offensive line even stands up. They just look lazy and lost. The coach is going to have a heyday with them on practice this week. 4th and goal. Watch for Nick Bosa. He is going to bring the heat at the bottom of your screen on the defensive line. Geno Smith. It's a touchdown for the Seattle Seahawks. Tyler Lockett, old reliable, comes up with a touchdown grab. And the Seattle Seahawks holding on for some dear life. They still have all 3 of their timeouts, cutting this lead in half and potentially more. It was a 12-point lead, now a 6-point lead for the 49ers. And at this point, you're going to go for the point after attempt. We'll see if the point after attempt goes through the uprights. Should be no problem. It is no problem. We have ourselves a 29-24 ball game. So here we go. Things are interesting again. The Seahawks managed to go down the field and score some points. Now 29-24. The San Francisco 49ers offense is a really good unit. There's no denying that. There's so many options. Kittle, Juszczyk, Jordan Mason's available. Hasn't been as heavily used since sustaining that shoulder injury in the first quarter. But there are so many options on that 49ers offense that it's really hard to get a stop against them. Really, you have 3 timeouts, no 2-minute warning. So 3 timeouts left. You have basically one opportunity, one shot to get those stops. If you can't stop them before they get a first down, the game is over. San Francisco needs 1 first down to end the game, ice it. But if Seattle can prevent them from 10 minutes, get the ball back, they will have 0 timeouts. But they will have some time on the clock and an opportunity to go down the field and win the game, not tie it. They can't tie it 29-24, 5-point game, but they can win it with a touchdown. The kick is taken in from the 49ers. It's returned, and he's taken down inside of his own 20. The position doesn't matter too much at this point. Really, right now, what matters is the clock and getting stops. If you're Seattle. And if you're the 49ers, all you need is 1 first down to win it all. Eyes on the prize for both teams. Who is going to get it? Ball security needs to be preached for the offense. And punching that ball out needs to be preached for the defense. Here we go. It all comes down to this. Brock Purdy hands it off. And there it is. It's a first down and more. He's going. He's running down the sideline. Oh, boy, the Seahawks take him down. He might have been better off to let him run it in the end zone. Wow. What was I just telling you? Wow. So it's not over because Seattle still only used 1 timeout. But that really increases the odds for San Francisco. So if Seattle can hold, so let's do some math here. Oh goodness. Great. Okay. 2 timeouts left. After that, the play clock is 40 seconds. So right now you have, after that play, let's see what the time is at. Waiting to see the play clock. Just hold on. It's not my math. I'm waiting to see the play clock. That's a crazy play. It's not over, but it's close. It's really, really close. Okay, so 1:24 left. So tackle made, timeout called, 1:20. You're going to have another 4 or 5 second play. timeout called. If this is from Seattle's perspective, so if they can get another stop, maybe get it around 1:15 on the clock, and then San Francisco has another running play, and say it stopped right around 1:10, and then take another 40 seconds off the clock, bring it down to 30 seconds left. San Francisco kicks the field goal, makes it a 3-point game right around 27 seconds left, and then kicks the kickoff. So that would give Seattle maybe 20 seconds left to score with 0 timeouts, if Seattle's lucky. We're going to see if that's the way this works out. You see Wright's warming up on the field to go for the field goal. That's if they can't get the touchdown here and just end it. We'll see. How's this going to play out? Brock Purdy hands it off to Juszczyk. That's the game. It's over. It is over. It's pretty much over. Seattle still has a timeout, but it don't matter. There it is again. Juszczyk going into the crowd. He got a touchdown now, spreading a little love for all the ladies in the crowd. First it was Kittle, and now it's Juszczyk handing them off to what I presume to be their partners. Touchdown San Francisco as the offensive entourage continues. Juszczyk. This is what I've been saying. Juszczyk. Kittle. Samuel. Ayuk. So many options for San Francisco's offense. And now the point after is up, and it is good. 36-24. So I did all that math for nothing pretty much. I love situational football. I get really into it. But San Francisco just made it all for nothing. Wow. 36 points for the 49ers tonight is crazy. 36-24. Let's get the scoreboard updated for you. Wow. I actually predicted the correct score to be 31-24. I was a little bit off. So good enough. 36-24. Juszczyk with the touchdown. Pretty much sealing the deal. They're going to put Geno Smith back out there because you never know, I guess. You get the Hail Mary. I mean, if this game wasn't this, I feel like I've said this game's over multiple times, but they just keep trying to find reasons to extend it. Like, let's just put a wrap on this thing because we know who's winning. Okay, the kick return now. Right, the kicker that was signed off of the practice or to the active roster for the 49ers earlier this week made a tackle, and he looks to be in some pain. You know, kickers don't really make tackles very often. These are a lot of people who were soccer players. If you're a soccer player watching this, I'm sorry, but kicker's a different breed than a linebacker. There's no doubt about that. Stock on Lock says, let's go Hawks. Bummer. The letdown is real. Yeah, that's got to be a huge letdown for the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, San Francisco with the final dagger there. Stock on Lock's 3.5-point spread bet is all but done at this point. 36-24. Pretty dominant from San Francisco. I mean, Seattle had their opportunities. They threw interceptions. 2 interceptions. 3 total turnovers for Seattle is the difference in this game. Geno Smith scrambling out to his right under pressure. He looks deep for DK Metcalf. Incomplete. DK Metcalf, I mean, just so many missed opportunities for the Seattle Seahawks in this game. They shot themselves in the foot on multiple occasions. 3 interceptions, touchdown called back on a flag. No, 2 interceptions, touchdown called back on a flag, ball punched out on a kick return. That was 3 points that were free for the San Francisco 49ers in the first half. Just the list goes on. consistently shooting themselves in the foot in this game. And we'll see on 3rd and 10. 55 seconds to go. It's a formality at this point. Almost intercepted again. And Warner smashed the... He was mad. He wanted the interception. He wanted to pad his stats. But he didn't. 4th and 10. Like I said, at this point, I'm pretty much talking formalities. 4th and 10. Seattle, they want to keep going for it. They want to keep playing. They want to extend this game all night long. Why not? Here we go. Geno Smith on 4th and 10. He's going to find Noah Fant, who is going to get the first down and goes out of bounds. After a gain of 11. 45 seconds left. I guess they're just trying to do something right. Take some momentum into next week. Maybe. We'll see. Oh, Geno Smith fumbled the snap, and now flag's down. They're just looking like a mess. Like, I don't understand what they're doing now. This is crazy that they're still playing right now. False start against the offense. Like, what are they doing out there? The owner is on the field. Like, the GM is on the field just waiting to walk on and shake hands. Like, 45 seconds left. They're still playing. I guess it's never give up in Seattle. And that's how you get your quarterback hurt, by taking a sack. Are they going to call the timeout too? And they call the timeout after he gets sacked. Seattle is going full on trying to force this comeback. I mean, I respect it, I guess, but it seems like a lost cause at this point. Down by 2 touchdowns. Down by 12 points. Down by 12 points with 40 seconds and 0 timeouts. You really need a miracle. So, I mean, I guess it's possible. It's really not looking good, though. Like, you need a touchdown, and then you got to get the very highly unlikely, like a 1% chance of getting the onside kick. And then you got to get another touchdown on a Hail Mary. Like, we're talking highly unlikely here. Like, I give the Seahawks about a 0.5% chance of winning this game. And Fant just decreased it by not getting out of bounds there. 29 seconds. 25-24. They're walking to the line of scrimmage. And they're going to spike the ball. Like, oh, gosh, come on. This is painful to watch now. This is crazy that they're still doing this. Fourth and 10. All right, one more stop for San Francisco. They can take a knee. Otherwise, Seattle tries to continue their quest to score some more points. Geno Smith on the run. He's looking deep. He's looking for the end zone. It's a Hail Mary. Incomplete. And that will do it. Finally, I can say that with confirmation. That will do it for this game. All you need is a final kneel down. And we're going to head out of here after a long 3-hour stream. Andy Debate says, good game. Yeah, I mean, it's been a good game for a while, but I think this time we can finally confirm it. If you haven't yet, click that like button. I've been live for over 3 hours and 15 minutes as San Francisco's kicker goes back to the locker room looking hurt. Are we going to get a backflip? We got the kneel down, and that's going to do it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the ball game. Big disappointment from the Seattle Seahawks. They shot themselves in the foot. San Francisco took advantage of those opportunities. And now, after the win, Seattle has 6 straight wins, including playoff games against the Seattle Seahawks. That's the longest streak in their team's history against Seattle. And that dates back for a couple seasons now. After the win, Seahawks moved down to second place in the division. San Francisco leapfrogs Arizona and Seattle into first place with a 3-3 record, but a better division record, head-to-head record against Seattle. Big game. I told you this game was worth more than just one game at the beginning of it. And San Francisco comes out on top on the back of their defense. George Kittle, Kyle Juszczyk, Brock Purdy. Their playmakers made plays. Their defense made stops. Big-time players make big-time plays. That's the ball game. 36-24 is your final score. A San Francisco 49ers win. I'm about to head off. If you haven't yet, click like, subscribe to this channel if you're new, share this video, and tell a friend to join the Bills Bunker. 2 weeks from now, I'll be going to Seattle to see the Buffalo Bills take on the Seattle Seahawks. And Monday night, you're not going to want to miss it. We're going to be doing a live stream just like this when the Buffalo Bills play against the New York Jets, the New Jersey Jets, though, in New Jersey. And Sunday Night Football will do this as well. I'm not too sure who the Sunday night game is. Let's check out who's the Sunday night game. Let me look. Sunday Night Football will be Bengals at Giants. So that should be fun. We'll talk Bengals Giants Sunday night. We'll do Bills Jets Monday night right here on the Bills Bunker. Stay tuned for that. If you haven't yet, click like, click subscribe. It's been a long show, and I'm excited for when the Bills take on the Jets Monday night. I'm excited to see you all here. It's gonna be an active chat. Great game tonight, divisional game. Then was a little bit much, just Seattle continuing to extend the game. But that's it. Seahawks fall victim to the San Francisco 49ers for a 6th consecutive time. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'm Jake Varco. This is the Bills Bunker, where we talk Bills most of the time, but we talk other teams as well. Just love football here. See you soon. Click subscribe if you haven't yet.
Go Bills. Look at this. Look at this crowd. Look at this.
Yes, it makes us wanna shout. Shout!
1, 2, 3, 4 years in a row. NFC East champion in our division. Let's go.
This guy's shirtless. He's dropping in.
Let's go.
That's a nice show for you. Look at it. Beautiful. Honestly, one of the best things I've seen all night. Those fireworks right there.